and welcome to ZSR Main. Today we've got another match of the Link to the Past Randomizer Challenge Cup 2024 here. We've got a match in Group G between thePa1ne and Iron Gamer. I'm starting with me on comms tonight is Rocky. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, Star. Looking forward to this great race between Pain and Iron Gamer. So this is Group G for the Challenge Cup. Pain is 0-1, and Iron Gamer is 1-0 in their early matches. So
Yep, thePa1ne lost to more than lap, and thePa1ne beat Drava in the first two matches of this group. So we'll see how this match goes for the two. But we have here an interesting mode tonight. This is Cross Hunt. So for those who have no idea what that is, this is a variant on Cross Keys, which you might have seen recently here with the semifinals and finals of the Cross Keys tournament that we've had lately. Cross Hunt is a variant on Cross Keys. We have it Cross Entrance Shuffle, where you can get dungeons, houses, shops, anywhere, and you can get connectors between the dark and light world. And Key Sanity is on, and the cross hunt part of this is that it's Triforce Hunt. Each of the 10 crystal and pendant dungeon bosses has a Triforce piece on it. You've got a Bugnet in Link's house. And there are also 2 Triforce pieces on Moldorm 2 and Ice Armos in GT. You need 10 out of 12 to beat the game.
yeah, so we've got our first drop down there being the Uncle location, which is where our sink is today.
And GT is just north of Lake Hylia on the other side. And to see an immediate Hope Room check, and they've got the left side of Desert here at Harrow Castle Main and a hook shot in Hope Room. Nice.
Yeah, it's a nice find early on. At least be able to stun enemies. Not have to take as much damage.
What is that on the torch? I didn't quite catch it.
It was just a compass.
Okay, no, not gonna worry about that then. No. Okay, so Half Magic's a really nice early find for Iron Gamer there on the Desert Map chest. And they've got the back of Skull Woods just north of Lake Hylia as well.
Yeah, so 2 really good finds. One for connector purposes and one spot where we're gonna have to potentially beat a boss here sooner rather than later, hopefully.
Yep. Okay, Skullwood's Bridge chest is a nice cape. And the Desert main entrance is top of Paradox Cave there on Light Death Mountain.
Let's see where this other connector puts us out. TR Bridge.
Okay. Also a nice find. This is one of the must connects in the game, and TR front is on the TR Bridge. Okay.
So it probably won't be seeing that again, but good to know where it's at in case that is our only logical access for TR, but more than likely it won't be.
Yeah, we'll see. Depends on things. We do have our runners switching places. Got wildly thrown for a loop for a second before remembering that Iron Gamer has palette shuffle on, in case you're wondering why the game looks a little yellow. Farming a bomb there off the bomb bushes, and is probably going to head over to the CAC area from the south, which is a big area to check in Cross Keys because there is a lot of entrances in CAC.
Yeah.
You're pretty much guaranteed to find a dungeon of some sort in the 15 odd entrances in the CAC area. There's a couple of bushes there that are 50-50 on dropping bombs for Iron Gamer. He lost the 50-50 several times in the round besides. I give up. Screw it, game. Big chest to TR here, the Light World Archery game.
Yes, now for sure we won't be seeing TR Bridge again.
Oh, we'll see it again because we'll need to check the cave entrance. Desert Right, or not Desert Right. Race Game Right is a dark cave of some sort. Race Game itself is a dead check, just $20.
And there we saw
nothing here.
we saw 10 arrows on floating island.
Yep. Library is a shop. Paradox didn't move terribly far. One of the entrances here on the bottom of East Death Mountain.
No bombs or any way to activate that switch, so not going to be helpful at all.
But might get some bombs here in the 5 chests up top, as the bottommost entrance there of CAC was nothing much for Iron Gamer. No, I forgot. The pen can't actually hit the switch for the hook shot. Magic Bat drop down is the Uncle. That's 2 quick checks. And oh, that's Desert Main. Okay. The Uncle giving us a small key to Desert, which we can go turn in anytime we want, really.
You won't have to worry about stealing a key to check right side today.
Nope. And $20 is on the Uncle chest. So and we got the Smiths here at the Vanilla Smith's house.
Yep, easy to remember where they are. And you gotta go turn in that frog, so.
Yep.
Alright, Hype Cave.
And, Hype Cave here in CAC. We've got a minor mistrack on the tracker. I'm pretty sure we found the Desert Small and not a Pot Small. And Hype Cave, unfortunately, well, it's a money hoard. Actually, that could be worse, given that we have no bombs and we do need money to buy them with.
Yeah. Hopefully for our Iron Gamer here, you've been able to find a shop.
I believe this bottommost entrance, the bottommost house, the front of the bar was shop. Mushroom here in the back of the bar.
First fetch quest item. Oh, we have got Hyrule Castle on Pain side. Located on the mountain.
And I just missed the entrance for Iron Gamer there. And Checkerboard Cave here has a lamp in it.
Nice. It's a nice pickup early.
And oh no, that was a Pod Small apparently earlier on Uncle, because that's the actual the actual Desert Small, and I can't read. Go figure.
Yeah, I thought it was the desert too. We both totally missed that, but our tracker
okay,
did not.
game making is not so foolish anyhow. Well, drop down is the last. No, that's not it. I'm just getting lost. That's a cave there for his pen, and there's Swamp Palace.
So 2 good finds
bunch of useful
there.
Entrances over here at the bottom of East Death Mountain, and here's a connector that we can't take because we have no bombs. This is a first small key to GT for Iron Gamer. We do like that, especially since this is cross hunt, so we might want to go use a key or 3 to get to the bosses.
Our first big key of the game for us, just Skullwoods.
That's like one of the least useful big keys you want to get, but at least you get it early so you don't have to backtrack for it.
Forest drop down. Oh, it's a shield we're never gonna get.
Yeah. Okay, as Ben on his side, gonna buy some bombs because the game's not giving them any bombs, which is kind of funny. We've seen a bunch of item checks and exactly 0 bombs from them. The bar did not move very far at all for Iron Gamer.
Nope.
This would help Mario, and
I think that's the second fairy he's found.
The Zone is having a good time with his round, getting hookshot early, being able to check East Death Mountain here, although he needs to not die. In fact, this is a very smart choice from him to go get a health refill, as we find the front of Thieves. Not front of Thieves Town. This is just plain Thieves Town for Iron Gamer, who's going to check the front.
Yes. For quick checks here. I just gotta watch the enemies because they will hit hard.
Bomb Shop is up on the mountain. Blah. And Desert and Eastern are red crystals today. Okay.
Yeah, I thought maybe he wasn't gonna check that, and then he realized the way to at least want that knowledge of what the red crystals are.
Yeah, because the Pyramid Fairy entrance can be relevant. Big key on Spec Rock.
Oh, there is the back of the old man rescue, so we'll see him get rescued.
Yep. And $50. Okay, Front of Thieves Town, not providing much of anything really for Iron Gamer. Let's take a quick death warp out. And $20.
Iron Gamer's headed north towards the Lost Woods.
And regular small fairy fountain there.
Payne gets trolled there by dead rocks.
Yep.
Mountain Cave comes out at
Top of Lost Woods. Okay.
Woods.
Speaking of Lost Woods, we do have the well here in the Lost Woods.
That's
As Ben's
still
gonna head over and immediately check the lumberjack drop down, as we've got a glove here in the Lost Woods. Nice to find early, and lumberjack drop down is a big key. Oh
key.
no! That is a
Nobody-
vanilla lumberjack drop, by the way.
Yeah, nobody wants to see that. But with this mode,
No.
maybe not be
Ooh,
as
perfect
important.
bomb pack and a hammer here in the well, as Ice Palace was in the lumberjack house. Yeah, it might not be the most important big key, but then again, we've already seen one of the relatively worthless big keys for the Skull Woods one, so
Yeah.
that's going to be something to keep in mind.
Bush Crab giving us some red rupees.
Yep. And we're seeing both runners pick that up. Iron Gamer finding the old man himself as well. And
Being
Ben's
about
gonna
to
go
get
check.
being about to
Yeah.
get his hammer here.
Yep. I don't think there was much of anything else in the well. Yeah, hammer and glove, nice early finds. We are just a moon pearl away from regular Dark World access, which is nice because we've seen exactly 0 Dark World connectors right now.
Yeah, the only Dark World
Got it.
connector that we've seen is the TR bridge, which doesn't really help us.
No useful Dark
Yes.
World connectors. We've seen it. We've seen TR bridge and we've gotten a Death Mountain connector, but no, by
Yeah,
way
nothing.
of desert. But that's about it, which is not ideal to say the least. Ben's kind of obsessive about grabbing rupees, huh? He might be thinking a little bit about Zora, possibly. And bottle vendor money, too, because he's heading to CAG from the north side here with the way his route worked out. Although we know, as Ganon's at Sank, okay, that's rather nice. But we know that Hype Cave's in CAG, and there was a ton of money in there.
Yeah. Always good to find Ganon early. Know where you're gonna end your route at the end of the day.
Well, alright.
And we
Our
get
useless fairy drop down.
Yep.
I always forget which one's which between useless fairy and magic bat chat.
Yeah, that was useless fairy.
Oh, great. Okay, useless fairy is vanilla, which means we do have magic bat behind the pyramid today.
Yep. Yeah, useless fairy has the door to the left. Magic bat has the door to the right. That's how you remember.
Right. Thank you for the reminder. Hulan there from Iron Gamer has got plenty of money now. Gonna go check South Shore on his side. And we find the bottom of Spec Rock here at Light Hype Cave.
And we haven't seen the top yet, so we're gonna go check that item. Just a full heart container, but I imagine he'll grab it with only being on 4 hearts.
4 hearts, just a hammer for weaponry, not the worst idea, yeah. And he can also check where this goes. And that is East Death Mountain or West Death Mountain drop downs.
Yep. Alright, so we've seen all these bots here on the pain side, so let's see on game get all this knowledge. Pick up some expensive bombs because he didn't have any.
Yeah, the game's been really kind of stingy on bombs. So they've both had to buy bombs because I think we found one bomb pack in the well, and I think that's really been about it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
You'd
that's the
expect
only.
to find more, but the game's just not giving us any bombs anywhere.
And yeah, and being stingy in those 50/50s for Iron Gamer tried 6 times and only ended up with 1 bomb, so.
Yeah, he tried, to his credit, it just wasn't working. But yeah, then trying here in the front of Thieves Town, Iron Game is the one who's trying to rescue the old man, and doesn't have a lamp since his route hasn't taken him through. He didn't jump off when he checked the desert connector to the top of East Death Mountain. Iron Gamer did not jump down to check the entrances at the bottom because the lamp was in one of those. But does navigate the cave successfully. It's not terribly difficult, especially for experienced runners like these guys.
Yeah.
And it's gonna get, yeah, I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure this was junk, which it is. $20.
Yeah, but one of the easiest dark rooms to learn. Still, I still need my sword to do it, but watching these runners use like hammer and things like that's always impressive.
Yep. Ben about to find the money hoard that is Hype Cave and the Compass Eastern. And Iron Gamer getting whacked by the rocks.
And unfortunately, no easy way back up there. He'll have to go back through a connector to get back up there if he
It's
wants
not
to.
terribly slow because Desert is right next to it, and I think that's might be exactly where Iron Gamer's going with this save quit, but it is a bit of extra time. Yeah, 16 minutes in, we've got a hammer and a glove, which is nice, especially since we have exactly 0 Dark World connectors.
A hammer glove and that hook shot on pain side, so.
Oh, pretty nice. We've got it's not a lot of keys so far. There's the Desert Small, Four's Pen, and both runners just currently retracing each other's steps for the most part. Aside from speaking of that Desert Small, we're gonna go turn that in.
Just 10 arrows there.
The Iron Game was able to check this entrance earlier, and it is just a shop. And Desert Right was Steve's. Great.
I'm not sure what Iron Gamer saves them there.
I don't know either, I'll be honest with you. Don't need to, but sure. Doesn't really matter.
No.
I guess, yeah.
I guess, you know, a little bit faster, only having to pick up 1 key when you find the back of desert, but, yeah, we have both keys are just readily available there for us, so.
Yep. We are going to check the backup escape here, good idea. It's Ben getting his pod small off Uncle. Backup escape is another heart container. The big key to swamp and a heart piece. Okay, Gabe, we're getting the not so desirable big keys right now.
Yeah, we got 2 big keys that basically open chests, and that is it.
Yeah, we've got the swamp and Skullwood's big keys, which open 1 check each and are logically useless otherwise. The Hera big is going to be approximately as useful given that we have the hookshot.
Yes.
It is Hera's big is actually logically relevant, unlike the Skullwoods and Swamp bigs, but in practice, I'm pretty sure both these runners know Hera pots, so we're not going to care a whole lot. My upgrade fairy.
So Iron Gamer headed to the desert region, so we'll see some new entrances here.
Has a glove, so it does not need to orphan this entrance, and it doesn't need to worry about desert name because we got connected out that way earlier. Ooh, got a sword here, which is always nice too. Late swords are very common in Krosky, so it's nice to not have that.
At least we've got 1 to kill some enemies.
Yeah, Chat has a point that Iron's not finding that hookshot anytime fast, given that he's currently doing everything except for the two entrances just north of Late Lake Hylia, because that's where
Yep.
GT is, and hookshot's in Hope Room. He'll get there eventually, but I think he's going to clear the South Shore and the other entrances in Light World before he goes over to the Eastern area and routes in those two entrances with GT and Skull, the back of Skull Woods side by side there.
All right, so
And Pen, I missed how he got connected, but he got connected to the Dark Shopping Mall.
yeah, I don't know if that was the back of Old Man or
I think
something
that might have
else.
been left side TR, come to think of it. Not sure, but I think because I remember seeing him at the big TR Big Chest. Chat. Did you get? And speaking actually of the hookshot, there is Iron Gamer going for it. Actually, going to do this before checking Mini Moldrum Cave and Light Shopping Mall. Unfortunately, well, actually, the Iron Gamer might actually go over and check. Yeah, Iron Gamer can go check Dark Magician Room. He has has a hammer and a hookshot to go do those 4 checks, which isn't bad. When you find yet another big key on the GT
Okay.
porch, great.
Hey, and he's just, I don't know if he's forgetting that he can check that room, but does not, just nopes out of GT.
Yeah, unless I'm forgetting something, which is also quite possible. Small key on the Lake Island. This is going to be a cape for Iron Gamer. We're not checking the back anytime fast because we don't have a fire rod.
But at least he has a sword to be able to cut the vines when he gets that.
Yeah, going back to check Paradox would be great. It's over on the bottom of East Death Mountain, so you could hookshot over there whenever he wants. Iron Gamer is now going to go to South Shore, not continuing over towards the eastern area, is just gonna head over there, continuing to prove me wrong on how he's gonna route this seed. Oh well. And we're gonna see the Spike Cave. We're gonna see the Dark West Death Mountain entrances. For the pen here, got Spike Cave and the Dark Old Man Cave. It's
Just a small fairy cave there at Mini Moldorm Cave.
Yep.
Gonna head over to Light Shopping Mall to see what's there.
Yep. And on the pen side, this entrance is Spike Cave. Did not go very far. Nice thing here is having the glove so we can check all 3 entrances at once. First entrance is useless. Second entrance is approximately as useless. And the third one is just as useless. Great. Actually, can't complain too much because you don't really want to come back here for something useful.
Yeah. And so we're gonna see this connector on Pain side.
And that's Light Bumper Cave. Okay.
Not anything that helps us, but good knowledge that we don't have to, won't be using that again.
Yep. Okay, and now Iron Gamer's coming back for left side GT. Guess he was hoping for an item or 2 more to help with left side, maybe another key, but nope. No such luck. So we're going to go do the DM room here. And probably see how far we can get on left side. Got a big key to Hera. Speaking of all the big keys we do not need!
There,
And Mitts.
mitts. Nice. Well, that'll open at least a couple more spots for us.
Yeah, meds unfortunately generally aren't the most useful thing in cross keys, but they're not bad to have. And it depends on what entrances you get. This is a very autologic TR small.
Was that 4-key locked?
That is 4-key locked.
If nothing else, we're he's getting some good amount of health here in GT.
Yep. And we're gonna see random room here, which is also 4-key locked. The pen routing over to the eastern area now, which is going to be new entrances for us. And random room has an autologic 3 bombs, $300, a heart piece, and a small key to Castle Tower. Okay, I'm not terribly concerned about that. For the moment, at least, although that might be logically relevant for the small key on the Lumberjack Ledge, which... Well, not small key, big key on the Lumberjack Ledge, which, we know does lock a boss, because we've seen all the ones that don't lock bosses.
Yeah, we've got that big key at Lumberjack. We need boots to get the big key out of Ganon's Tower, and we got a big key on top of Spectral Rock. So,
Which is mirror locked.
Yeah, got knowledge of where things are and what we need to be able to get them, but see, it is being a little bit stingy with stuff. But that was a nice bomb jump there on Gamer's side.
So this is technically out of logic, and I don't think he's going to care a whole lot, because this is going to be the first Triforce piece of the seed for our runners. This is going to be a Hammer Ice Arm, most probably. Hammer or... yeah. Hammer and Sword, depending on things, but... Well, it's going to be a little slow, but it's lots of health, so this shouldn't be a serious problem. We've seen lots of heart containers. We haven't seen a whole lot else, but we've seen lots of heart containers, so...
Yeah, unfortunately it did take
game
3 quick hits there, so hopefully, be careful.
But yeah, this is our first Triforce piece going to be picked up here for Iron Gamer, and we'll need 9 more, including at least one of those big keys we've seen peaked in terrible places. And Light Flute 5 going to be the final entrance for the pen to check here is useless. Great. Yes, this is a very, very slow fight for Iron Gamer. It's not the most dangerous, but it is really, really slow to hammer the ice armors down.
Yeah. Anytime that you don't have the bow to do traditional fight can be really slow.
Yeah, bow, Cane of Bird actually works fairly decently, but everything else is kind of slow, yeah.
But
alright,
let's get it.
Here's that Triforce piece, a small key to Hera, funny game, and $20.
Yeah, nobody wants to see that key. We don't want to worry about the basement in Hera.
Yep. But okay, that's that for Iron Gamer, and I think we're starting to run out of checks. Because we've seen just about every Light World entrance that is accessible to us, I believe.
Yeah, it's there.
We've seen most of Death Mountain. Nobody ever. Iron Gamer never checked the bottom of East Death Mountain, which is where the pen found Paradox Cave, but had no bombs at the time to do the place. So yeah, we've got all of Paradox Cave available. We've got all of Paradox Cave available. I'm trying to think what else we have available, because it's not a ton. And I'm thinking we need a Moon Pearl at this point, because I don't think because we have Mids and Hammer, we just don't have Dark World access of any fashion.
Right. We haven't. We've both runners have now turned in that mushroom, and we haven't seen Potion Shop yet, so that's not going to help us.
No.
I do think
our dungeon count so far. We've seen the Right Side Desert. We don't have the Desert Big. We can't get into Swamp Palace for several different reasons. We don't have a Fire Rod for Skull Woods or Ice Palace. We don't have the big key for Thieves. We don't have a cane for TR, and we've seen what we can do in GT. So, we did see left side Hyrule Castle earlier. We don't have the Sewers key, but there is one check in logic in the front there as well.
Right.
Or two,
And-
actually. Two checks in the front there that is in logic. So there's two checks in Hyrule Castle, there's the 7 in Paradox.
I think
Not
that's
a lot
it.
else.
No, I think I have a feeling Paradox is going to be the answer. You know, can just hook shot across to East F Mountain and pick it up now that we've got bombs.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, because we're really low on everything else to do. Yeah, Ben's gonna have to hammer these armors because he doesn't have the sword, which was in the, well, I like to call it the M cave, but it's a cave by the purple chest guy that's glove locked. I'm not sure what people usually call it, but yeah, because the pen hasn't been over to the desert area yet, aside from getting connected out to the desert front entrance a while back. 50 rupee cave? True, I guess. Yeah, Pichu, because that usually does have a cave with 50 rupees in it under the pots. Okay, Iron Gamer is now going to check those bottom of East Death Mountain entrances I mentioned earlier, so this will be Paradox Cave finally. And this pen's gonna get
This is
his
the first time
Triforce
he's
piece
been
here.
over here, so looks like he's going to check a few of these other entrances before he goes into Paradox.
Yeah, but he's also going to check the other entrances. We know one side of Paradox is Desert Main, as the pen did not do the analogic bomb drop across to check the top of Paradox connector. Which I think Quarreling Brothers is also down here somewhere. So analogic other side of Paradox and the other side of Quarreling Brothers.
Yeah,
are
he
the
just
other two.
he just saw where the brothers connector was. That's bottom of Paradox entrance. So
Yeah, we didn't see the other side. We didn't see where that
no,
connector goes. So
no, we have not.
So that is technically an option available to us for progression, but the odds are that leads either to somewhere. Even if it leads Darkworld, we still need a Moon Pearl, and our problem remains: where's our Moon Pearl at this point?
Right. Unless we're supposed to go, through that connector and someplace into the dark world and do some bunny walking, but
Which is possible, but yeah.
Alright, so that's our first time we've seen Agina, which is just a map. We saw this entrance earlier, but
Ooh, for the pen taking a death on Ice Armos here. And besides, it's not worth it for 2 checks. He can come back later when he does right side GT. I get that. That's a feel bad though. Ice Armos, get doing him in. I think it depends going Paradox. I'm pretty sure he has realized he's run out of pretty much everything else to do in the game that is not that can have his Moon Pearl or other progression. Smoky to Pod does not help us right now, game given we haven't found Pod. Oh, there's also the possibility of the Hyrule Castle being a connector. We did see Hyrule Castle left. Where was that again? Bottom of East Death Mountain, yeah, and that could be an option. Got a Cane of Burden, which doesn't do anything. We saw a Spike Cave, but it was in Dark World. And okay, we're not doing that, I guess. Hyrule Castle or go take the Quarreling Brothers connector, I think, is the logical answer to our conundrum.
yeah.
The out of logic connector is checking that connector here. Cane of Burden would have been nice for Ice Armos, though, absolutely, Tom. And Dark Sank is the top of Paradox, which that doesn't surprise me. It's Dark World. We've seen most of the Light World at this point, but that doesn't help us much.
No, don't want to have to try to bunny walk to Village of Outcasts.
Dark Sank's not a great place to bunny walk from. No, you can, but it's not fun. And there's Iron Gamer getting connector to Desert Main. So yeah, Quarreling Brothers connector, Hyrule Castle connectors, and go to Front of Escape, I think are choices right now. I'm really running out
Yeah.
of ideas on what else we
Yeah,
have.
you can see the confusion on Payne's face as he's trying to figure out what connectors or items or spots that he's missed. So
Yeah, because he saw Paradox super early. He saw it well before Iron Gamer did, but he didn't have bombs at the time was the problem. He's gonna Joe Chat backup escape, not a bad idea. From his perspective, we know there wasn't a whole lot back here, but it is something to do, so... Oh yeah, there was a swamp dig in here, which is of dubious use at best.
Iron
And
Gamer
that is also heart number 10 for the pen because we're really healthy. We have nothing much to do, but we're really healthy.
Iron Gamer Iron Gamer in the eastern area now.
And I believe this is the pen going to head over to check to get connector through desert, probably back over to... Well, he's gonna head back over to Death Mountain because he's the other connector is TR Bridge, and he has no reason to go there right now. This is technically one of our faster ways to Death Mountain. It's just kind of annoying that this is the fastest way there by way of a save quit. But yeah, this is gonna be this is either Paradox and Hyrule Castle are next to each other, Salty Cracks, so I think it's gonna be the two together. At least I think Hyrule Castle's over there, I might be wrong. Oh, and he is actually going to go and do a spell of bunny walking here on Dark Death Mountain, which is something you really don't see very often, but we can take the TR portal.
Get that TR knowledge for entrance, just in case we need to do that later on.
It might be relevant, given we already have Hammer and Nits. And that is Ether. And Iron Game are taking the same connector over here to Death Mountain. And, okay, the library has a blue mail on it, we are never picking that up in all likelihood. And some bombs.
Yep, game being funny now and saying like, "Here's your bombs that you can't pick up."
Yep. Okay, and so not a bad idea from Pen to see if there's any useful connectors that could get there, any entrances useful there in Dark World. Unfortunately, there really wasn't. So, back to here, and I forgot. Right, because of the connector there was the top of Paradox. We also have access to the Hera entrance. Oops. That is one additional entrance to check. And it is absolutely useless. So, moot point.
Yeah, Payne back in desert, make use of that connector again.
It's a really good connector, it's just slow.
Yeah, just that enemy there makes it, even slower than just walking through it. So you don't want to get caught by that enemy or just sit there for a bit. So.
Oh,
Right.
Hyrule Castle top was Light World Laser, or Hyrule Castle was Light World Laser Bridge. Oops, I forgot that's where that was.
Yeah, we knew it was over here somewhere in the east. We just.
And that was Hyrule Castle, right? Because I can't keep straight. Yeah, we knew it was over here at any rate. This is Iron Gamer's first time seeing it, and this will be his. He'll be the first one to check the three chests here. One of which is a small key to Meyer. Hyrule Castle main is the Bonk Rocks by Bomb Shop.
That is
and
unfortunate.
that is a one-way for the pen, which is kind of annoying.
Yeah, that's. You can see the frustration on his face when he realized he was locked out there.
It is at least more entrances, but he is going to have to make a third trip through desert in 5 minutes to go back to Death Mountain, most likely. As there's a small key to Swamp, and there's Pod for the pen just north of Dark World Lake. But Which small key star did Iron Gamer just pick up? I said that and promptly forgot it. Oops. Chat? Or did you catch it, Rocky? I... brain spazzed. Swamp Palace, thank you, chat. In Logic just doesn't do anything unless you can find the dam somewhere. As that is an ouch. Iron Gamer was setting up for a death orb on the ball and chain guard, but then died before he could actually kill it. Oops. And Powered Shooter Chest, this is not in Logic without a Moon Pearl, is just 20 bucks. Dark Cross is not in Logic because we don't have the Sewers key. So I think because these two front of Hyrule Castle checks were both that were in Logic were both not of immediate help in any fashion. I'm trying to think about where Logic wants us to go, and I'm wondering if it might be a bunny walk at this point for something. We did find a Dark Saint connector, and I'm not sure we have Light World checks available right now. I think this is probably going to make a lot more sense once we see whatever the logic is. But we did get a connector to Dark Sank, we got connector from Hyrule Castle over to the Dark Bomb Shop area, so both of those are possible bunny walk starting points. We might actually, so Hyrule Castle left is an option, Quarreling Brothers is an option. As well for connectors outstanding, which could still dump us someplace like Desert Left, or Desert Back, which would let us check the other of those two, or Hyrule Castle Top would open an entrance or two. You can only kill the red mimic with a bow. What ZeldaPN is trying to do right now is to pause buffer a mimic clip, where you clip the mimic through the wall and then you can just scroll it off screen, because the game if you move an enemy off screen, the game thinks it's dead. Is the short version of how that works. Okay, and this time Iron Gamer is successful at killing the ball and chain guard and gets an out of logic bottle for his troubles, which also doesn't help because we don't have Sickit. Just to add to our collection of fun. Okay, and the Iron Gamer now getting connected through to the bomb shop here, which is how ZeldaPN got to where he's at. And ZeldaPN decides that this this mimic clip is not working. Don't blame him on that one. No, and I remembered one more check, Rocky, as well, as that we can do, actually. Sora. And we can bomb jump right across the Spectral Rock for another Adalogic entrance. Yeah, except ZeldaPN fails it and decides he's gonna not try and chase the Adalogic for right now. Okay. Let's see. So we're gonna see back of pod here for Iron Gamer deciding to just go through. This is very much not in logic for quite a lot of reasons at this point. We're missing
Yeah.
2 pod keys and a moon pearl. And oh, Naki, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, sorry, hadn't heard you say anything in a minute, so
That's
I
okay.
wasn't.
I was taking a bite of food, started talking about the backup pod being out of logic, and then you started talking about it again, and I was like, oh crap, my mic's off.
Yep, yeah. No, that happens. You're fine. I was just worried your internet quit or something.
Oh yeah, no, you're all good. Yeah, nothing there
Uh,
in the backup pod.
no.
I
Yeah. Yeah,
see.
we're just kind of running out of stuff. I remember that Zora exists as an in logic check to do that's not bunny walking, basically.
Yeah, we haven't seen either runner, Fig Flipper, to check, the hobo, or I suppose that's the only one we, or get to the island where you can access Ice Palace, but that's an entrance. But again, that's out of logic without the flippers. So
It is out of logic stuff to do, so you find a really out of logic sword in the pod maze that Iron Gamer's not going to complain about. But yeah, I'm thinking our things available to do in logic are the Hyrule Castle left, Quarreling Brothers characters, Zora, um, bomb jumping across Perspective Rock is an out of logic connector. And then we also have this entrance, this Dark Sank entrance as an in logic place to start bunny walking from. And I think we did about everything we could bunny walk. We've still got, I think, 1 or 2 entrances. No one checked the Swamp Palace entrance from the uh, Bonkrok's Bay Bomb Shop
yeah,
entrance. So there's that available as a bunny walk. I'm not, but there's really just not much available to our runners right now. Is our
no,
problem.
these kind of in logic bunny walks are gonna be probably a big clue as to what we're supposed to do. But that and the brothers connector, I think, are. I'm surprised. I get that
That
nobody wants to
Brothers
keep walking.
Connector, Hyrule Castle Left Connector are the other 2
Yeah,
things we can do, which could take us someplace like Desert Left or Desert Back, so we could check the other of those 2 things. Top of Hyrule Castle Connector could be useful.
all right, we get a.
Not a lot else.
Yeah, we've got Iron Gamer
This
going
out of logic
into
lava chest. TR left is
TR.
not really
Not helpful.
helpful. Okay, so that was not how we got to Darkwood Shopping Mall previously. I'm not sure how we did get there, but... And okay, my notes also just suck, I realized looking at this. Oops. Okay, there we go. Better notes on TR entrances now. But yeah, this pen got connected to Dark Shopping Mall at some point early on, and I never did quite figure out how he got there from, but we'll find out eventually. Maybe. And her lava chest just died out of logic heart piece. Worth checking though when you're this low on checks. Just sadly not it.
Yeah. And unfortunately, with Pain not having those swords, gonna have to hammer this Spiky to.
And takes a death.
Yeah.
Ouch. He's not thrilled with himself there. Don't blame him. And just some bombs on chain chomps. Sadly, that doesn't help our current collection of mess. And we must have seen Bumper Ledge on Pen when he is heading up. I just don't remember what it was. Yeah, Stumpy is in logic. You can talk to NPCs without a moon pearl. It's just a really long bunny walk there from Dark Sank. That's not really where we want to go for this pen. Iron Gamer didn't have bombs earlier in Cax. He's going back to this entrance, which I think was a shop.
Yeah, I think it's just a shop.
Yep.
Alright, Payne made it to Village of Outcasts. We'll see
Oh
these
wait, you're
defenses.
right. Stumpy had his bushes in the way for Stumpy, right? From this side. And Aga Tower in Village of Outcasts here. This is out of logic because you're not supposed to Bunny Revive to do dungeons, but it is an additional two checks because we have the Aga Tower small key, so. Which the Aga Tower small key is itself locked behind all four GT smalls because this is in random room, but anyway. Ignore that. Right, so yeah, thank you chat for the correction on Stumpy. Forgot the bushes in the way, and you can't lift bushes at the Moon Pearl.
Yeah, I
Okay,
don't know where
so...
the. Be interesting to see what connector or spot that we are forgetting, possibly, where that we can get that Moon Pearl.
Zora might have it at this point. It's because
Yeah.
there's not a lot of places we could get connector to that would be of use. Alright. Yeah, any dungeon that is in the Dark World, such as Akka Tower, Front of Skull Woods, or Pod here, are all not going to be in logic because Bunny Revivals aren't in.
Right.
Akka Tower,
So
not our solution, just give us a shield. That's not helpful.
we will see the front of Skull here, but we're not going to find our Moon Pearl here, but maybe we find something else of use.
Yeah, the hope is basically, can we find anything at all to do anything with in this seed? Because it's been a really dry 50 minutes. Yeah, archery game is next. Or dark archery game is entrance is next for his pen here. And that's useless. Great. Yeah, hey chat. For those just tuning in, we're really, really, really low on checks to do for a Moon Pearl.
Yeah, I'm honestly surprised he's not headed back through desert, back up to Death Mountain to check one of those other connectors that we can get to and haven't seen the other side of yet.
He hasn't checked the desert area. He's gonna find his sword finally here in a minute.
Oh, right.
I don't think he's checked South Shore for that matter, so this is just the whole area to check. Yeah, for chat just tuning in, we're really, really running out of checks. We evidently have a hammer and mitts and a couple Dark World connectors. One to Dark Sank, the other to the Bonk Rocks by the Bomb Shop. The problem is we don't have a Moon Pearl. And we've cleared every Light World dungeon check we can do, basically, at this point in time. Iron Gamer is currently trying some Dark World dungeons out of logic and hasn't found much of anything here either. Our remaining things to do are Zora with the gloves. We have the Hyrule Castle left connector, no clue where it goes. And we also have the Quarreling Brothers connector nobody checked because bombs were really bad early.
And it was the same spot where Paradox Cave was, so they both did Paradox and then went out other exits, so...
Yep, yeah, because, okay, yeah, Front of Skullwoods was a snore. Go figure. Yeah, there's just not a lot going on right now as we try to figure out where this Moon Pearl is, as we get Small Key Hyrule Castle, which will be in logic once we find out Moon Pearl, but Zelda Cell was our first model of dubious use since we haven't found Sick Kid, and Dark Cross was something junk, so not terribly useful of a small key there.
Yeah, Dark Cross was just a compass of some sort.
But I think both runners have realized that Zora is about the only in-logic check that isn't going for connectors. So fake flippering it is. And this is a near logical last location for both runners, and a pretty near hard last location as well. They've both done a decent bit of what bunny walking's available to them. They've done. Iron Gamer's gotten a bit more out of logic. His pen's taken some rather unfortunate deaths. As you can see, he still doesn't have any swords. Yeah, for his pen, he hasn't checked the desert area entrances, which is where his first sword is at. Second sword was in the pod maze, out of logic for Iron Gamer. But I also get the pen just deciding, let's just go do what's in logic. Small key on Lake Island there.
We'd already seen that small key, so we knew that was there.
Yep. Not wanting to go for the Lake Island entrance there because we don't have enough equipment for an Ancilla fake flipper, so we'd get stuck if we tried. And there's our bomb shop for potion shop for 20 bucks on the shroom spot. It's kind of, hopefully they don't need to buy potions later, because that's not a great location for the potion shop. And heart container on Zora Ledge, we don't care.
Alright, let's see what Zora has today.
This pretty much has to be something. This almost has to be something. Nope. Apparently I'm wrong. Connectors it is, I guess. Wow, game. Wow. Connectors, connectors, connectors.
Yeah, I totally thought that was going to be something, but...
And there's not a lot of places connectors can take us that would be useful. And I'm pretty sure, like, chat can't see this, but we can see our runners' face cams, and there's been some interesting facial expressions from both runners as they try to figure out where the scene wants them to go.
Yeah. Just the, like, confused... You see the runners both kind of just stopping, and the on-screen characters just not going anywhere, as they're both just very confused right now about what connectors or entrances we may have missed, so...
Pichu has one of our trackers has an interesting idea in chat. GT entrance, which right in Cross Hunt, the GT entrance is available with 0 crystals, and we do have hammer mitts and a connector up to Death Mountain, obviously here. You're not wrong. Terrifyingly, Pichu. Yes, I think the Ben might have forgotten which entrance. He is trying to remember which entrance is the Quarreling Brothers, I think, because it is down here somewhere. Oh, yeah, Agina. And oh yeah, we never checked the back of Old Man. That is in logic to check the back of this connector, so that is one of our other available connectors to go somewhere. We have the Thieves Down, which Thieves Down Big Key could be something. Oh, right. We saw the back of Old Man and Cack, so that's not it.
Yep. No.
And Iron Gamer probably feeling a little silly having forgotten that was there.
Alright, so Payne headed towards the Brothers Connector.
Iron Gamer is having a think, I believe at this point. Probably staring at his entrance checker or notes or whatever it is he uses to track entrances. He tries to remember. We're going, this doesn't help, game.
Helpful.
This really doesn't help. We already got a Dark Sand connector. That goes nowhere useful. Great! And we already got a Light World Bumper connector too, just for the extra giggles. So, game's rude.
So, I think Hyrule Castle left, but we can't... I thought it was one of the upper spots there, so we can't get to it from this.
It's the Laser Bridge entrance,
Right.
Light World Laser Bridge. So we have to go save point again to go back through this entrance to go check that, because this game is fun. But I think it's the GT entrance, which could be something. We're just critically low on everything right now.
Yeah. Needed a counter on our screens for how many times these runners are going through this desert connector.
We're up to at least 10 combined by now, I'm pretty sure.
Alright, so Iron Gamer doing the TR portal there and going through these entrances, which we've already seen on Pain side.
Yep. I'm not going to go over to check the GT entrance. It is an easy jog. Yeah, we're just... It's Hyrule Castle left or GT entrance. I'm not sure there's much of anything else left.
Yeah, I'm not sure Iron Gamer... Oh, Iron Gamer's gonna try the bomb jump here, I guess, and try to get this out of logic entrance check.
Which the pen tried and failed and decided he wasn't going to continue trying the out of logic earlier. This is a possible way to somewhere, but I wouldn't put much stock in it as Iron Game just straight up falls down the hole. Or the swords that Pen hasn't found at the 50 Rupee Cave entrance by Desert Palace is one.
Yeah, I think Pain has checked. Well, we know Pain has checked the main entrance exit because that's a lockout. So hopefully he remembers that and checks that left entrance. I'm gonna get a spike cave check here. What do we got here on gamer side? Oh, that's right, spike cave, because it only moved a little bit. Yeah, we've seen all these connectors, or these entrances already on Pain side, so we know that there's not anything here. Unfortunately, this is not the answer that Iron Gamer was looking for.
Yep. And there's a bottle, which Sick Kid should not be our answer, by the way. This bottle is not in logic. Our Hyrule Castle small key was in the front of Skull Woods, which is locked behind this moon for our last locationing somewhere.
Yes. But at least we have a bottle before we found Sick Kid.
It is nice to have, yes, for sure. Just not our solution to anything.
Pain going to check Dark Cross, which is just a compass.
And Iron Gamer checking this entrance, which was the light bumper cave connector.
And staring at his map tracker, trying to figure out where he's going next.
Yep. And the pen is looking about as confused on his side.
Yeah.
Scratching the back of Pen's head, trying to figure out, where am I going?
Yeah, and Iron Gamer got really close to his map there, trying to figure out where he was headed. So,
Yep, and also happy 1 hour, everyone.
yeah,
Happy for some definition of the word. That is, it's quite a miserable seed.
we'll take this moment to say, please drop our wonderful follows, our wonderful runners, Pain and Iron Gamer follows if you are enjoying this content. Also, drop a follow to my wonderful co-commentator Star, and big thank you to our trackers, Tom and Pichu tonight, making sure that we are staying on top of everything that our runners have.
Yep. And our Hyrule Castle left connector is Meyer entrance. Okay. That's one way to go somewhere.
I mean, it's 2 entrances, or 3 entrances, I guess. So...
And Laser Bridge is, well, you do want to find it. It's just not going to be our logical solution to literally anything right now.
No, Pena's gonna take the Death Orb, take the Bunny Revive, and check these 4 checks here.
Oh yeah, no, you absolutely do this.
Oh yeah, totally. Like, makes total sense.
And Iron Gamer's about to get very disappointed by the brothers. There's another sword on Laser Bridge. Okay, well that's good for the pen. And an Logic Powder. Magic Bats on the Pyramid drop down. We really hope we never turn that in.
Yeah, we don't want to see that.
Well, climbing all the way to Aka 2 is a little less sucky, given there's a Triforce base in Aka 2. It's still not your first thing you want to go do in the seed.
All right, entrance number 2 in the Mire area.
Is oh hey,
Oh,
more connectors. Can't check Dark Agina or is not gonna check Dark Agina right now,
oh,
but that is our Hyrule Castle. And okay, we have a cape. I was gonna say Kenzan doesn't have a sword, but does have a cape to find Eastern Palace.
Eastern.
Okay, there we go, finally.
All right, so we'll get 4 in logic. Yeah, in logic checks here, I guess.
Yep.
This
Yeah,
was
can't do big chest, can't do ice armor. Ice armor, it's just regular armor because they don't have a bow or the big
yeah.
key.
But the back is in logic with that early lamp, so
Yeah. Cape, by the way, was Cape was on Skullwood's Bridge, and we do have 2 available swords either way to get this. And Iron Gamer's gonna go check Aga Tower here. He's doing the bunny walks that the pen did earlier, which we know this was a Lotus junk.
yeah. Not surprised with Zegan making that choice though.
They're just that bad on checks. Okay,
Yeah.
pod 3. Which, if we can find a 4th, that will give us some. Well, that'll give us a nothing. We saw the backup pod, so there was nothing in there, but it is technically more checks
Yeah,
in
we had the
logic
only
for the pen if he felt like it once he finds the spoon pearl from. There's gotta be something here.
yeah, there's only
Like,
what
I think it's this, the other entrance on top of Hyrule Castle. There's a Dark Agina entrance, which he can go back to.
yeah,
And there's GT entrance, which
yeah.
is really not much. $20 ain't it, game?
Yeah, not finding anything here so far in Eastern. As Iron Gamer is taking the Death Warp out of Castle Tower. Alright, one final check in Eastern. See if this is our answer.
Now, this technically doesn't 100% have to be a Moon Pearl. There's still like 1 or 2 things that unlock a check. Like Fire Rod would actually get us a decent amount of Ice Palace. For logical bottle ain't it, game, unless Sick Kid is one of these remaining entrances we can find.
Ah. And Payne rubbing his face, just frustrated at this point that we're still searching for Moon Pearl or really anything that would help us.
Oh,
Oh,
Hookshot
hey.
Cave.
So
That
4
is
items here
4
and
checks
another
and
a
yeah,
connector, yeah. So
that is useful. And the
Ice
4th
Rod
sword. Or the Ice Rod, Ice Rod, I just can't check. Read.
and Ice Rod bombos and just a heart
That's Ice
piece.
Palace access with bombos.
Yes.
Alright. We can actually do most of Ice Palace aside from the big chest. We have a hammer and a hook shot. We don't have a cane, but you'll take what you can get at this point.
And if
And I don't think we saw the
Payne,
Swamp Palace entrance, so this is technically something right, because I forgot this pen never walked down here. And that's a
oh,
back at
back to
desert.
desert, which we can't do.
And,
Oh, and that's Dark Floating Island.
yep. Which is vanilla, actually. Funny game.
So, so he was thinking about jumping down there, thinking if there's anything that he could do. Again, not remembering that. Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say, Pichu. Not remembering that he can get into that GT entrance, as it's 0 crystals and is open for us.
But yeah, it's GT entrance, Dark Agina, which I think is where he's going right now, and Ice Palace.
Yeah, and Ice Palace was just at the Lumberjack house, so
That won't be
Is it-
hard to get back to, yeah. But,
no.
And Dark Agina is useless. Great.
Right. Time for Pain to get real close to his tracker and see what he's trying to go.
Confusion is rampant, I think, for both runners at this point as they stare at it and go, where are we going?
Yeah. Yeah, we are
This looks like an Ice Palace play.
1 hour, 10 minutes in, and we have exactly one Dorito. And that was Ice Armos on Iron Gamer side, which was a very interesting hammer and fighter sword. So,
Yeah, so Ben tried, died to it, and decided it wasn't worth going back for the really slow way for a
uh,
really slow fight for 2 analogic checks. Plus
uh,
one Triforce
GT,
piece.
GT just a shop. You could see a big, like, frustrated sigh there from Iron Gamer. I'll see if he figures out that he needs to go back to East Death Mountain and take these, take that left connector.
Yeah, Iron Gamer not remembering he can go check that because that is how he needs to go.
Yep.
And
But
flippers in the first chest of ice.
that
That's
doesn't
a
help.
thing.
Yep. That's a thing that'll help us once we find the dam. We've already
Yeah.
seen the. I suppose that gives us one more check. One more entrance because we can get to.
2 more, technically. We can find
Oh
the
yeah.
Light and Dark World Ice
Right.
Palace
Right.
entrances.
Yep. I was thinking
Oh,
of
and Iron
forgetting it.
Gamer is gonna go bomb jump across the back of Skull Woods because he's trying to think of something to do, and this would be a boss at least.
Yep.
This is not the most amazing equipment of all time for Moth, but well, his options suck, so I don't blame him. Unfortunately, it's been not having too much luck with the Stalfos Knight, so that at least has plenty of bombs now.
Oh,
But that's not cooperating. Yeah.
that was an unfortunate timing there. Iron Gamer does get
There
that
we go.
bomb jump across, so we will see Moth here. Unfortunately, at this point, he's down to 2 hearts. I don't believe he has anything in that bottle, so it's going to be a really hard fight. As we know that the real enemy of Moth is the spikes anyway, so... Okay, that was a nice bomb jump there on Pain's side. I guess he does have a red goo. So we'll be able to refill his hearts at least.
Yeah, I just realized these Dark and Light World Ice Palace entrances might just Dark Ice Palace entrance would have Sick Kid for logical relevance because they do have an in-logic bottle now. Light World Ice Palace could have our dam to go do Swamp.
Yeah.
Swamp was in Light World. It's at the bottom of East Death Mountain, according to my notes. So that would be a thing to go check. We can full clear the place once we find the dam.
Yeah, so that was
Maybe
a
we have a
nice
key.
that was a nice Moth fight there from Iron Gamer using his cape to be able to use spins to kill Moth. Is rewarded with his second tri-piece force and his green pendant. So when we find Saha, he'll be able to turn that into. Right now, we do not know where Saha is. So
Nope. And Saha would not be an in-logic check, even if it was, even if we find it at an in-logic entrance right now, because we don't have a fire rod. Or 3 Skullwood small keys, for that matter, because that is logically required for Moth. And as I say that, there's our first. Game has a way of making me look like an idiot. Or something.
Yeah.
And there's our Booty
There it
Pearl.
is.
Wow! An hour and
Oh,
13 minutes in, the pen is just shaking his head. We finally have a Booty Pearl.
that is just gross.
That
So
is
the play
gross.
was Death Mountain or Desert Palace to East Death Mountain to the Hyrule Castle. Hyrule Castle left. Uh, yeah. Because
This
where
is
did...
dumb.
Yeah.
You had to
Yeah.
take the Desert Palace connector to get to Death Mountain to go, yeah, jump off to Light World Laser Bridge for Hyrule Castle, to take the left side to the Mire area, to then walk over to the Mire Shed right to go to the top of Hyrule Castle, to go check Hookshot Cave for your bombos, to go to Ice Palace to go pick up that Moon Pearl.
That is
Uh,
just like the worst possible cross keys logic. Like,
mhm.
all
I
right,
thought we
so
had our. Yeah, never mind. I was thinking I thought we had our Ice Palace Big Key. We do not, so yeah.
no. I'm not sure how did Iron Gamer just walk over to the
I
pod
don't
area?
know how he just. Oh, he got the bomb jump across Speck Rock to the pod entrance. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Incoherent.
I assume he did that because I'm not sure what else he could have possibly bomb jumped for not a logic anything, but that would get him over to Dark Fleet 5 for uselessness. Great. But yeah, I'm worried that. Thanks for the shovel game. I'm worried that Iron Gamer forgot Hyrule Castle left connector.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I think...
It's possible too that he thinks that Hyrule Castle left that there are no connectors that could get him anywhere useful, but I'd be surprised by that. But yeah, that was a near last location Moon Pearl and Ice Palace. Black.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll
Ice
see how...
Tea Shovel gives us one new check, which we'll route in later at some point.
It looks like Iron Gamer is going to bunny walk to the pyramid, so we'll see what's on ledge.
Yep. This is... Well, he knows this is not in logic, he's just looking for literally anything to do.
Yeah.
Like, he's hoping the thing he's forgotten is maybe like a connected pyramid fairy or something. Our gamer has to be thinking that he's missed something, which he has, and it took some pen a while to figure it out too, because this scene's just been dreadful.
Yep.
And I do love by the chat can't hear it actually. I realize that I love the Octopath boss music.
Yeah, I'm listening. That's what I'm listening to as well, and it's good. Yeah.
I'll switch it over so chat can enjoy it for a bit. We do have the Octopath Traveler MSU for Pen and the Chrono Trigger MSU for Iron Gamer. I'll switch it back over to Iron Gamers for a bit so we get some more Chrono Trigger, but I do love this boss theme.
Yes, and even though Iron Gamer's up to Triforce pieces at this point, you know, a little bit of edge to Pain for having that Moon Pearl. Getting himself pretty much back in logic. Oh,
Ooh, feels bad for his pen.
That's unfortunately we're going to be double dipping, coming back. And the unfortunate thing is that we know where two more swords are, one of which is completely in logic for Pain to get. So, all right. So Iron Gamer is finally in the Mire area.
Yeah, he finally remembered this is the only thing left in logic. We're pretty much about close to it. Yeah. Yeah, now we can just go do everything. Yeah, Spen's gonna wait on going back to Ice Palace. It's an available option for Triforce pieces. We'll see like what his total dungeon count ends up looking like at the end, because it is a bit of a walk back there, but yeah, he doesn't need to rush it because it's just a Triforce piece. He might not even need that specific Triforce piece. Depending on how the rest of the seed goes. Because we'll see.
I mean, luckily,
like I said, it is an appealing option given that we know 3 of our big keys are in less than great locations. And Ice Palace is one of the few bosses that doesn't require a big key, so that would be a not bad idea to go back to necessarily. It just no real reason to go back right now. So.
Oh, come on, take the connector, Gamer.
Yeah. Oh, and the bed is taking another death. This seed's been rough for him.
Yeah.
And just to add to the seed's list of rudeness things, is we did see blue mail a while ago. It's on the library. We don't have newt.
Yeah, this is kind of one of those seeds where it's like, I wish I had boots to have been able to get that, mail, because it's been really hard fights, and like I said, the seed's not being nice. Alright, Iron Gamer finally looping back to take that connector, does make it to the top of the castle. And choosing not to go into Eastern right now. I'm going to check the other connector first.
Yep. Which is fine. He's gonna find Hookshot Cave, which is going to yield him his bombos. He's gonna go look at that, and he's gonna go back to Eastern before he runs back to Ice Palace.
Yeah.
He's also gonna give this ice run a dirty look because you don't really necessarily want to see it, especially when you have no idea where your TR big key is, but it is a thing. Yeah, but 80 minutes into no boots is the least of these runners' problems, honestly, today. Try an 80-minute no Moon Pearl is the bigger problem for Iron Gamer, and the Ben has only had his Moon Pearl for 7 minutes. Like, Iron Gamer is currently in the process of extremely hard last locationing his Moon Pearl. It's an Ice Palace on the Big Key chest. He only just got his bombos from Hookshot Cave here at the top of Hyrule Castle to go do Ice Palace for that bombos. Which is when Ice Palace was a hard logical last location for Restream.
Yeah.
There were a couple other things in Ice Palace that opened up more checks. I did miss we actually got another bottle in the spread of Skull Woods. None of that would have unstuck us from anything, but
Yes.
uh,
I mean, I think that's the red goo that Iron Gamer has.
yeah,
So I'm pretty sure that's the first bottle we've seen with something actually in it.
yeah, might have been. And yes, the Icebreaker chest is the Ice Palace Big Key chest. There was a discussion in chat. But yeah, this has just been the state of last locations. Neither runner wanted or perhaps remembered to check the Hyrule Castle connect, or they had other things to do besides check the Hyrule Castle left connector, basically.
Yeah.
And they really, and that ended up being a hard last location for both.
Well, and for what it's worth, like they both checked Hyrule Castle Center and got locked out of it. And then just kind of
Yeah, because Hyrule
just took a
Castle
while to get
main.
back to it. So
Yeah, because Hyrule Castle main, unfortunately, they found Hyrule Castle from the right side and Hyrule Castle main one way due to the bomb crocs by the bomb shop in Dark World. So, yeah. Yes, but this seed definitely qualifies as mean. There is no sugarcoating it. This seed's a mean one.
Alright, so this is probably going to be Thieves Town entrance check, something we haven't seen yet.
Yep, because you can't pull or lift things without a moon pearl.
The other check that we haven't seen here is
Ooh,
going to be the
Hera, which we can
brewery
full
entrance.
clear. Or not quite full clear because of the moon pearl, or not moon pearl, small key, but for
Yeah,
Pen, that was on Ice Armors, which he died to, but that is a book. Which is of questionable use. We've already seen the desert main entrance by way of connectors, but that does open both. That opens up Ether Tablet right now, and will open Babu's Tablet whenever we get there, as we find a small key to Thieves Town.
so that we don't have the big key yet for Thieves, I guess, but that small key at least puts the big key chest in logic.
Yep. Once we get the big key, that small key puts the entirety of
Yeah.
Thieves Town in. Iron Gamer is checking this connector, which goes nowhere. Small key, pod
Fourth
4,
pod.
which logically is kind of useful. Mirror Shield is not so much. An Iron Gamer is really not enthused about going back to Ice Palace, but he has to realize there's nothing else left in the game. He unfortunately has a different problem right now. He has no magic. So is looking for magic as the pen takes a fall. Ouch.
Moldorm not being about as nice as every other boss is right now.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so where can Iron Gamer get a magic refill?
Not there. Don't know what tier that was. If he's keeping track. To try another pull here.
There we go, Moldorm down on try 2 for this pen, and this is finally his first Triforce piece picked up. He's tried for 2 others, but this is his first actual pickup at an hour 24. Wahoo! We're getting somewhere!
Finally can making actual logical process a little bit. I missed where Iron Gamer picked up that big magic, but he does have it now.
Yep, and double checking, and he remembers, wait, no, why am I checking the Lumberjack drop down for a nice palace? Other entrance. Iron Gamer killed the guard, apparently.
Yep.
And Saha here, I think, was a hammer hut in the Village of Outcasts. Small key to pod, number 5.
Pod.
And not much else. We are a 6th pod small and a big key to pod, wherever that's at, from putting that helmet in logic. Although, we can go full clear it now if we want to. Zapen did try to mimic clip earlier and failed, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Pod's over by Dark Lake Hylia, for those who are wondering. There's a small key to ice and heart piece.
Let's see what Fairy has for us today, and says, "Here's your empty bottle back."
Yep, and yes, it's Iron Gamer is an ice. This is a good thing. This is also, I'm pretty sure, our last location.
Alright, going to see Hammer Pegs here on Pain side.
Yep. And then, yeah, gonna take the Smith on the world tour.
Yeah.
Sadly, no mirror. Otherwise, it would be really nice because the Smiths are in their vanilla location today. At this point, we actually have a lot of items now that we finally have this Moon Pearl. We're just missing a lot of big keys to do dungeons with.
Yeah. So we're gonna go. I guess he hasn't checked this spot. Imagine he'll swing down and check Stumpy.
And he'll check Dig Game and then pick up the Smith probably, because I might pick up Smith, definitely check Dig Game and then over to Stumpy. A mirror here would be super nice on Dig Game.
Yeah.
Nope, although you won't complain about that bow, sure.
Nope. Not only the nice bow, but only having to do 3 digs to get it.
You will absolutely take it. No, we haven't seen the shovel. So yes, now I think Zapen has. What if he was planning on taking the Smith before? He's definitely not taking the Smith now because he's going to go check pod.
Yep.
Still can't beat it, unfortunately, because we don't have the big key, which very well might be on one of 3 big keys we've peeked that is unavailable, as there's our fire rod. Okay, game. Okay, now we're just getting a lot. We're really only missing a cane in terms of items we need. The problem is we need a lot of big keys.
Yeah. And we know...
Smith's is straight up vanilla info.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we do know that those big keys are
we know 3 of our big keys are in terrible spots.
Mirror locked and what was the third
boots
one?
Locked.
Boot. Yeah, I said the boots locked. Boots locked. 1 in
mirror
GT.
Locked,
mirror locked.
And 1 is Castle and 1 is on the Lumberjack ledge, so
right.
We need
one
the second Castle Tower small key, and we also logically need the remaining 3 GT small keys because the first Castle Tower small key was in Rando Room. Dark Hype Cave's a new entrance because We just got our Moon Pearl a few minutes ago, and oh hey, mini Moldorm Cave.
Alright, another 5-item cave here. Iron Gamer making his way through. Ice Palace did pick up that Moon Pearl.
GR2 for small keys here in Mini Moldorm Cave, as well as
Meyer 1.
2.
Oh,
No,
Meyer
that's
2,
Meyer
yep.
2. We saw one Harrow Castle.
Yeah, I happened to look down at the tracker and saw it. I was like, oh wait, that's wrong then.
Yep. But yeah, the pen is gonna head down over to Pod here, just north of Dark Lake Hylia. He will finally pick up his Master Sword, which he'll be glad about. Yeah, unfortunately, I mean, Mini Moldorm Cave not having a lot. But yeah, for chat who don't know, we've peaked 3 big keys. Iron Gamer's gonna be really mad about this Moon Pearl. Chat can't see his face, but he definitely had a reaction to that one, giving that statue a couple extra yanks out just to complain about it. He's not happy. Just
No.
technically, just barely getting that Moon Pearl sub 130.
About the same reaction that Payne had when he took that unfortunate death in ice, so. Iron Gamer will have a much easier fight here, having his bacon sword.
Yep.
It's gonna go finish. He realized he's
and
done
there's our other
everything
mail
there.
upgrade, which the pen is probably happy to see given how many deaths he's taken. Funny math game. Funny.
Yeah.
Great. Which we now know Pod's a pendant for whatever little that's worth.
Alright, so we haven't seen, the only check that he may do here that we haven't seen is Harmless Hellway.
Yep. Because Iron Gamer only had 2 keys when he was in here earlier, and it was simply not possible for him to check Harmless Hellway even if he wanted to.
And that is our third Triforce piece at 1 hour 31 minutes for Iron Gamer.
Yep. Does have the lead on Triforce pieces, having taken fewer unfortunate deaths to Cold Stare and 2 Ice Armos. But it was also 17 minutes later to a Moon Pearl, so I still have no idea who's really ahead right now.
Yeah.
Is Iron Gamer has a lead on Triforce pieces. They have similar inventories. Pen will hopefully get his 3rd swords at some point. He will get his 2nd here in the Pod Maze in a minute once he hammer umps. But it's also we've also just got a lot of seed left to go because we're still missing a lot of big keys. Right now we can do, let's see, the bosses we can currently get are Moldorm 1, Moth,
Yep.
Cold Stare, and Ice Armos. That is it right now. Is 4 bosses. We need 6 more to beat the game.
Yeah.
And basically, for most of them, we need to find the big keys for it. Argus is the exception where we need to find the dam. We have access to just about every entrance in the. We have access to most entrances in the game, except where we might need a Moon Pearl for some of them, or Mirror for some of them.
The only dungeon we haven't found is we haven't seen Meyer yet.
We have not seen Meyer the dungeon. No, that is the one dungeon we haven't found. Yeah, boots aren't going to open a ton at this point. It's Mirror. Wow, not Moon Pearl. Great. Mirror that's going to open up quite a few entrances.
Alright, so we're gonna see what this small key is here on Lake Hylia. Or no, because we don't have a mirror. Never mind.
No, we don't, as we were just discussing. Ken, who's ahead?
Your guess is as good as ours at this point.
Pretty much. Master
So
Sword does open one tablet check. We don't have Moon Pearl for the other. Yeah, Ken, this scene has just been a miserable one. We hard last location, the Hyrule Castle left connector into a chain of connectors and checks, and eventually got us our Moon Pearl off the Ice Palace Icebreaker chest. Iron Gamer has had that Moon Pearl for less than 5 minutes. The Pen's only had it for about 10, which tells you a lot about how this scene is going.
oh, he's had it for about
Uh,
what? About 20 at this point, because he picked up about 1 hour and 13.
oh
So
yeah, hour 13, so 20 minutes for the Pen, and yeah, Iron Gamer's only had it for just under 5 minutes. He got it just barely sub hour 30. And it's just kind of been lousy otherwise. They do have plenty of items. Unfortunately, we only have 4 accessible bosses. We obviously need 10 for this mode. And we basically need a whole bunch of big keys for the other 6, is our situation. We
have
know where
we?
3 of said big keys are, we just can't get any of them right now because they're on Spec Rock, behind a mirror, Lumberjack, behind a second Castle Tower small key and the boots, and the GT Torch, behind the boots. Yeah, Pen's ahead on exploration. Iron Gamer is ahead on Triforce pieces because the Pen has been late to Sword today due to varying things, and took a couple unfortunate deaths. Oh hey, blindside.
Blindside. I think this is our last 5-item cave.
Correct. Yes, by my notes. The small key to TR. Map to Ice Palace. Great, thank you. Very useful. The Pen has more items, not by a lot. I missed where Spiral Cave was. There's silvers. That's nice, actually.
Yeah, I missed where he was at there for Spiral.
And what small key was that? I missed it as well.
Meyer, yeah. That was a
Meyer
Meyer small.
Okay, so that's Meyer 3, which, if we can ever find Meyer, puts left side Meyer in, but that's about it.
I'm going to see Catfish here.
Yep. But yeah, chat, where was the other side of Spiral Cave? Because I missed it. And I don't remember where the Iron Gamer was just before he went in there. Oops. Art container here on the Pen. I mean, there's a number of different things that can open checks. No, I'm not the exit of Spiral Cave, the entrance to Spiral Cave, Tom. I know where the exit was.
Wish there was bomb arrows, yeah. So Iron Gamer finding out that the waterfall is potion shop. Yeah. Says grab a potion while he's there. Oh, you see light and dark. Oh, there's Super Bunny Cave.
Yep. And Ice Palace entrance is Meyer. There's our final dungeon. Right. Which we can go clear the front. We just in fact got all 3 keys, so we can just go clear the front. And then hope we find... We actually would like a big key in here at this point to Meyer for Iron Gamer so he can clear it. And unfortunately, the odds of the big key being in here are not particularly high, given we know where 3 of our big keys are. And needs a cane too, right? Duh.
Yep. Okay, Payne headed over to the pod area for the first time. We saw these.
What do they need for Go Flute? Ken, there's a lot of things they're missing.
There's the entrance to the Spiral Cave.
Oh yeah, there it is, at just south of pod. Yeah, what are they missing? Probably mirror, probably boots, probably a cane, and a bunch of and we definitely need a bunch of big keys. Some of which are locked behind mirror and boots, to be clear.
Probably boots.
Ellison,
because there's
in decent part because 2 of our big keys are boots locked.
Yep.
Like, seriously, no, really. We know 1 big key's on the Lumberjack check, the other's on GT Torch. So yes, there's a very good chance we need at least one of those two bickies. um, I know you're referring to something specific. I'm forgetting the acronym of it, Allison, but also yes, this seed is just plain terrible.
Yeah, this has been one of the worst seasons. Like we have had the, being able to see these runners' faces, and just how frustrated they've been since about the 45-minute mark when they were, um, just confused about where to go and what connectors or entrances that they had left. So, GG Smalling cutscene. Thank you, Salty.
Thank you. I did miss that. I was checking Discord. But yeah, for those tuning in more recently, the definition of the early game for this seed was a very, very hard last location of a very, very lousy chain of connectors to get to Moonfurl. The pen got it at an hour 13. Iron Gamer just barely cut the sub hour 30 on it.
We do see that Meyer is a crystal.
Yep.
But we're still looking for knowledge for us where that third pendants may be. I'm guessing there's really not
There's a big
any.
key to Thieves Town, so that is a good big key to find. The only big key we don't want is Ice Palace. There's Butter too. Okay.
So once Iron Gamer finishes those checks that Pain is already done to get those bows, Ganon's going to be basically free.
Yep. Yeah, Ganon will not be an issue for either runner. The pen might never pick up this sword from the Cave by Desert. He, I think, just completely forgot that entrance exists.
Yeah.
And now that, but he will likely get that one from Meyer.
Right, is this Pain headed back to Ice Palace to clean this up then?
Yeah, he realizes it's not as fast as of bosses to go back to, but he also knows 3 of his big keys are currently inaccessible, and it is a beatable boss. Gives him some time to think, too. So not a bad idea. He certainly doesn't look thrilled about it, but I don't think anyone would, given the seed.
And Gamer
and this is actually feels bad, because we don't have a cane, so we have to go through the slowway again.
Yeah. Iron Gamer in Thieves Town. We already saw the front as he heads to the back. He will be able to full clear this dungeon. Gotta make that slow walk there. No boots. We still have not found our boots.
No. No boots, no mirror, no cane. Seed is being rude with a capital R. Probably just in all caps, really, the rude at this point. I know Crosshunt was a mode that caused a fair bit of controversy when it got introduced because of how complex cross keys is. Having it be the 10 triforce pieces instead of Pen is just not having luck with these style bows today. He had the same problem earlier. There we go. But having a Triforce hunt instead of a regular 7 crystals for typical cross keys does make this mode a little friendlier than what we would see in the cross keys tournament, for instance. But yeah, this is a particular example of just how lousy cross hunt can get.
Yeah.
Not all cross hunt seeds are this bad. This one's unusually terrible.
Yeah, definitely going to be one of the longer cross hunts that we've seen in either this tournament or either in Challenge Cup or main tournament. just because how evil it's been.
Yeah. Yeah, like, for both these runners are pretty experienced. Like, generally, Crosshunt is like a sub-2able mode. This one is not so great. Sven is also just having a really hard time with the Ice Palace bomb jump. And
And
probably in decent part because of this being this seed, but he's having a little bit of a rough day with execution.
it does get that heart. You can try the bomb jump one more time here.
Yeah.
Iron Gamer into blind.
Oh, and then
You
the pen takes a fall in the hole. Yes, you need to kill
yes,
Ganon in this mode. That's why it's called Cross Hunt, it is Ganon Hunt. Where you need to collect the Triforce pieces and then kill Ganon. And the pen is just having a really bad day today on that front. I get it, with the seed being what it is, but it feels bad.
yeah, you can just tell how he's feeling on his face cam. So he's gonna keep pushing, but he definitely feels bad. I think. So it looks like he's headed to Desert Area. At least pick up his third sword.
Okay, yeah, I wasn't sure if he would pick it up, but he does pick it up, so he's probably happy to see it. It would have helped him on some of his early unfortunate deaths to Cold Steer and Ice Armor. It wouldn't have saved him the Ice Palace a minute ago, though.
No. Feeling you probably won't see him try to get back there until we find Kane. I'm still searching for the dam to be able to get in a swamp, which we saw on East Mountain.
Yeah, I'm thinking. I think we've seen just about all the entrances we have access to right now. I think we need Moon Pearl, or not Moon Pearl, Mirror, Brain, and Boots. I keep mixing up Moon Pearl and Mirror today for some reason. Don't ask me why. I think we're missing a Mirror or Boots probably to find the dam at this point. That's the hero pot for Iron Gamer, who does have the hero Small, which the pen hasn't picked up yet. That was on GT Ice Armos, which he died to earlier due to having just a hammer for it. Might not be a huge deal, but we'll probably see Iron Gamer check it out if he beats Moldorm. Well, falling down this pit doesn't help. Ouch.
So Payne not going to check super, but oh, changes his
He
mind.
thinks about it, because Iron Gamer never did check this, because he ended up going through Mire instead, because that was at the Ice Palace entrance.
Yeah. So this will be 2 new checks here. And that's Iron Gamer's 4th pod small.
And there's our Eastern Big, okay. That isn't another dungeon beatable for this pen. A little bit annoying to get back there, because it's currently locked behind the chain of connectors that we all hate, but anyway.
Yeah. One more walk through desert.
Yep. And the other side of Super Bunny is Desert Right. Okay, so that's one less entrance to worry about, I guess, for whatever that's worth. But that is good. You do want to see that, because that is an additional boss beatable for his pen. Yeah, the pen is likely, I think, going to put off Eastern for a bit, hoping to find a mirror to get back there a little faster from the top of Pyramid, because for those who don't know, Eastern Palace is at the top of Hyrule Castle. It's which is locked behind an assortment of really silly things. It's locked behind an assortment of really silly connectors that is really not fast. You have to go through desert. You have to save quit to Sank. Go check the which is at the Hyrule Castle Uncle Drop Down. Go take the desert Hyrule Castle main entrance to get to desert. Go through desert from the left side to the main entrance to get to the top of Paradox. jump down to the Light World Laser Bridge entrance to get to Hyrule Castle, take the left entrance to Hyrule Castle to get dumped out in the Mire area, and then take the Mire right entrance to get connected to the top of Hyrule Castle. And if that sounds like a mess, it is. There's a reason they last location it.
And gamer setting up a death warp here in the bottom of Hera.
That's probably where Mirror is at. Eastern Big Key Chest, or Big Chest. That would honestly be on brand for the seed, as that's a really bad spot for the pod big on the other side there for
Yeah.
Iron Gamer. That's not great for his pen. I don't know when he's getting back there.
All right, so pod. It looks like an Iron Gamer site. We do know that Swamp is going to be our third pendant. So both of those dungeons are technically beatable. Pod a little bit out of key logic, but that puts Pedestal in play.
It does. We do have a book to go read it, although neither runner probably all that interested in that right this second. Wanting the GT for his pen. Okay,
Right.
I think we, by the way, know we're all but one of we are missing. Actually, yeah, we're missing 4 big keys. We're missing a Desert, Ice, Mire, TR. No, okay, we're missing 5 big keys: Ice, Mire, Desert, TR, and GT big keys. And you know where 3 of those 5 are. Unfortunately, we can't get to said 3 big keys, but that's a different issue.
But yeah, more likely we're gonna need, 2 of them.
It is possible we don't need any of those 3, but that means we have to find the other ones. Speaking of big keys, there's these one for the pen, which he's happy to see.
Yes, one more clearable dungeon for Pain. Yeah, at this point, Iron Gamer, pretty solidly in the lead. Even though he picked up his Moon Pearl, 20 minutes after Pain. Pain's just unfortunately been taking some really bad deaths, and that's the big reason that he's fallen behind.
Yeah, because
Iron Gamer's had some really strong uh, boss fights with low equipment, so
yeah, because his pen would be at 4 Triforce pieces for if he hadn't taken the unfortunate deaths. Twice in Ice Palace, he died to Ice Armos. Actually, yeah, no, just no, he'd be at 3 Triforce pieces. I can't count. Yeah. For those who don't know, also, Iron Gamer bomb jumped across the Moth earlier. We're trying to figure out where on earth his Moon Pearl went to. Ben decided to go stay 2 logic and find the Moon Pearl, which did eventually pay out. But I have to assume Pen will get back to Moth at some point or another for that Triforce piece.
yeah.
Just not particularly urgent because it's only one. It's just a Triforce piece.
Yeah, we've already.
Back to Skull Woods is just north of Late Lake, so you can save quit there anytime. Really not his priority list, so yeah. It is right next to GT, so his pen will probably route it in when he gets a game or something, so you can go do GT right side and do Ice Armos with that. And hopefully, if he can find a GT Big Key, get the Moldorm 2 as well, but we'll see.
Yeah, Ice Armors for Pain's gonna be pretty free
This
with
Death Warp
silvers.
feel.
It's just the time to get there, unfortunately.
Yeah. I think Iron Game was trying to set up a Death Warp, but this is slow on 12 hearts and blue mail.
Forgetting he's already done the basement there.
No, I think he was trying to reset the bridge so he'd go back because
Oh,
the Death
okay.
Warp was taking too long. Oh, and he actually still needs to get the hammer on before the big chest. And might have taken a bit too much damage now that he has to go around this way to go try for the hammer up.
Yeah, I mean, you only really get one shot at it every time anyway, so see if you can pull it off here.
Yep. And
Right.
gets for his troubles a small key to Skull Woods. It's our second one for that path we were discussing logically, although we really don't care much about it otherwise. I guess it puts Saha in logic, but that's only one check more, so yeah.
Yeah.
And that it's itself out of logic because we don't know where 5th pot small is. Or 6th pot small is. Thieves' Big Chest was something junk, I think, Tom. Although I also didn't quite catch it. Heart container, thank you, Nochi.
Right,
Speaking
yeah.
of hearts, we have plenty of health. We're up to 15 for this pen.
Yeah, this game gave lots of hearts early on when it wasn't giving us anything else, so.
Yep. And there is finally another Triforce for the pen.
Right, so we're going to see Iron Gamer head to the back and take on Helmasaur King.
Yep. And the pen is gonna go take the Dark World portal here. See where he goes next. Well, one of the things I just remember you can go do is check the back of Skull Woods entrance with that fire rod.
Yep, and I wondered if that's what he was going to do, but nope, he's headed south.
Yep. Let's see where he goes to. Grabs a spot of indecisiveness there as he tries to decide where he wants to go.
Yep, staring at his map pretty hard there, trying to figure out where he's headed.
I don't blame him. It's been a bit of a brain-breaking seed. Because I'm also just looking at my notes sheet to see what's around here and trying to think of what he might be going to, and I'm not sure either.
Have we seen the bottom of bumper entrance?
No, we haven't. Good point. And it is Bumper Cave.
Bumper!
Okay.
Oh man, this seed. And that connector's gonna... Oh, okay.
That's junk. We've already seen.
Yeah.
We know where the light. We've seen the light world side of that. That was required for
Yep.
the Infernal. Yes, yeah. Because yeah, that was Harrow Castle there, which was part of the connector chain to get Merle, which was very, very, very dumb. Almost down for Iron Gamer. That is Triforce P6 for him. Unfortunately, he is just looking. Well, he is out of bosses to kill.
Yeah, without...
He needs the. Doesn't have the Eastern Big Key from Super Bunny because that's at the Light World Ice Palace entrance because he went to Dark World Ice Palace for Familiar instead. Yeah, Iron Camera doesn't have the Eastern Big. We don't know where the Desert Big is. We don't know where the dam is for Argus, and we can't currently get to the dam. I'm pretty sure we've seen every accessible entrance right now. We
Yeah,
don't
we're
have the big
missing.
key for Vidi. We don't have the big key or a cane for Trinex. And we don't have the big key for Molder 2. So, yeah, we're out of bosses to do for Iron Gamer.
Yeah, so he's headed to Dark Shopping Mall to be his first trip over here.
Yep, there's a pen film clear this earlier. Pen's back on the mountain. We'll see where this takes. He's going now. I'm not having any immediate ideas right now, but might be connectors. Might be just getting a check down here. I can't remember what all he might be going for.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
He is
Yeah,
taking the portal, so.
yeah, looking at your list.
Oh, he's got an entrance check here, right? Hookshot
Okay.
Cave. And Face False Eye Shot Cave. That doesn't help. But he might now remember GT entrance, which has been available for a while. That was one of the other available things to do when we were trying to find a Moon Pearl.
Yeah, which we know is just junk because it's the shop.
Yeah, Iron Gamer was not thrilled when he saw it. As happy 2 hours, everyone. Happy for some given definition of the word.
All right. And again, we're taking that connector there, but we forget. So we have already seen that. But probably hit that right before. Probably hit that before he had his lamp.
Yeah. And here's Spike Cave for the pen. Right, this is available. Forgot it was not quite vanilla, but close. And the shovel was useless. Yes, Magnet, this seed has been a mess. And Spike Cave is hurt. Womp womp.
I'm not sure what Iron Gamer has here. That oh, he's gonna head to Super Bunny, I guess. That'll
He's
give him.
gonna get the Super Bunny and get the Eastern Big.
And I think
It
for
is
him,
actually a good question as to what we have left though as a restream.
yeah, I think once Iron Gamer picks up his Eastern Big, I know it's not fun to get to Eastern, but I think I'd be running those connectors to get there because I'm not sure what else he has.
I'm not sure what else we have as a restream, and I think that's where the pen is going.
Yeah.
So for chat who missed it, who wasn't here, and about 50 minutes ago when we finally saw our Moon Pearl, this is the chain for it. Is you have to save click the Sank, go take the Hyrule Castle main connector to get to Desert, go through here to drop us out at the top of Paradox.
Drop
Depending
down
trying
to
to remember which
Hyrule.
specific drop down it is. It is this one.
It's that one. Yep. No. Yep. Drop
If
down
he's
right
going
there.
for it,
Right
which I'm
there.
not actually sure. I would be, but yep, yeah.
Yep.
You need to jump down here to go to Hyrule Castle right.
The very
I don't like the pen just
heavy
staring at his tracker for this.
concentration. No, don't go there. Don't go there. Okay. Remember, he's gotta go left.
Yeah, because if you go out the main entrance, you get one way to the Bonk Rocks by the bomb shop, which is one of the reasons why this was a hard last location. Yeah, so you need to go out here, you need to go walk out, go to the right to go to the right side Meyer shed. Because this connector is the Elder House to go to the top of Hyrule Castle to get the right side to be specific.
Yes.
Tuckshaft Cave is up here. That had Bombus, which finally was our Ice Palace access for Merle. But on the left side, as the pen has forgotten which one's which. Oh no, this one it is actually. Never mind. Yeah, left side is Tuckshaft Cave. Middle is Eastern Palace. I got the two backwards. And this is gonna be Triforce piece number 3 and crystal number 3, actually. Yes, for the pen.
All right, we're gonna see our first tablet on Iron Gamer side.
One of the other available checks that I forgot existed. Oops. And gets for his troubles, just a heart piece. 13 hearts already. Okay.
You got 30 arrows. Pain, just shoot him with the arrows. It's so much faster.
Hey, if it works, it works. Iron Gamer gonna go check the Spike Cave here, which is junk as we know. And there's Boots, finally. 2 hours, just 2 hours and 4 minutes in, we have Boots, everyone.
Oh, man. Alright, so I'm at the... I imagine then we'll see after this maybe a save and quit to Link's house to go get that big key out of Ganon's tower. I could also see Pain clear Eyes Armos.
Yeah, this opens up. It opens up a couple entrances. It also, yeah, that might send a pen back to GT because of that big key on the torch, which...
Yeah.
It's the thing is, it's not guaranteed to open up a boss that's accessible to him.
No. That's
Like, that's the saddest thing. It could be the big key to Meyer or TR, neither of which are beatable bosses because we don't have a cane.
right, but that is his third Triforce piece.
Yeah, but yeah, Sakurai, yes, that was the connector chain. Desert to Hyrule Castle, to Meyer, to the Elder House, to the top of Hyrule Castle to get to the Moon Pearl was the initial huge sticking point of the seed. And then you had to do it again for these boots. Not surprisingly, her last location this connector chain twice. Because it would have really preferred boots, or that mirror, or those boots to get back to Eastern, but game said no.
Alright, so we do have Iron Gamer following this connector path. Looks like he's headed back to Eastern.
We're going to also see the back of Skull Woods here for Zapen, so he will be catching up on this Triforce piece. Should be a pretty quick moth fight. Has plenty of equipment for it. Aku saying in chat, so glad their group is saying open in AD so far with me, lol. Yeah, to be fair, I think Aku usually Cross-Hunt isn't this terrible, but also Cross-Hunt is just inherently a more difficult mode.
Yeah,
And
that connector's process to get to the top of Hyrule Castle, like, yeah, I'm not gonna say I've never seen something so weird in cross keys, but it's definitely something easy to forget which connectors you've missed there. Have we seen Green Pendant turn in?
no. Saha's at the Hammer Hut in Village of Outcasts, so Iron Gamer hasn't gone back there for it. I think, oh yeah, he apparently has, according to our trackers. 3 bombs, thank you.
Right. We haven't seen this entrance, so we'll see what's here.
Ooh, River Ledge. And just another heart piece.
Right, so we know that there's just 100 rupees on Shovel. As Iron Gamer working towards his 7th crystal. Where is Pain headed here? Looks like maybe he's just headed to turn in that green bandit.
Seems like it. Does the pen not go back into GT? Sorry, I was a little sidetracked.
No. He has
Okay,
not
so
gone back to the
I
GT
would have
yet.
thought he would have at least picked up the big key, but might not have thought of it given everything. Oh, hey, there's finally. Damn. We're gonna finally see Swamp Palace, which for those who don't know, that's at the bottom of Lake East Death Mountain, behind the chain from Desert Palace again. Yay. And where did the...
Or was oh, that was Monk Rock
what's
entrance, okay.
So Pen, you don't have the second small key, you did that already. Yep, he just realized.
King costume entrance here, just a fairy.
Yeah. And I think both our runners have gone... Yeah, chat can't see it, we can see their face cams. I think both runners have gone back to staring at their chakras going, where are we going next, mode? Because unfortunately, those bog rocks didn't open a ton. Where was that? Never mind, I just... brain. Ignore my scatter braining.
It's
Iron Gamer
okay.
finding River Ledge.
We're at 2 hours and just about 10 minutes, so it's been a lot. Both of these runners I think we're definitely going to hear the frustration if they come in for post-race chat, so.
Yeah. As they tried, yeah.
Okay, not quite getting that hook shot.
No, it's been a bit of a rough seed for him in terms of execution, and I really think he's generally a pretty strong runner. Was runner up in the Francophone tournament this year for ALttPR, but I think it's just been a really rough seed. Like, chat can't see it, but we can see at times just our runners either pulling some very confused faces and or leaning very close to the camera / their monitor to see their tracker and figure out what's left, where am I going, and everything else. King's Doom is a new entrance I forgot we can do with boots now, and it's junk.
Yeah, we just seen that on Iron Gamer side, so. Iron Gamer is headed toward, looks like he's headed towards Swamp.
This is Swamp, yeah. If he remembers, yeah, he is. Just double checking probably, but yes, Swamp is over here. I can't quite remember which entrance Swamp is, but it is down here somewhere.
Yeah, I'm against one of the double entrance spots.
And I think Zapen is going there as well. Taking this Desert Palace connector again for I don't even know how many times Zapen's were here from both runners, but it's been a lot. And Zapen sanity checking this torch he saw like about 2 hours ago. Yep, it's still dead. Not a bad call to check it.
Yeah. Sure, at this point, he's like, was this something I needed?
That's a really stupid flute game.
We're never going to activate that. At this point, I don't think.
I could see it saving them another mountain trip at least or something, but it's debatable for activation, yeah.
I think the mountain trip's probably the only reason, don't have to go through Desert Palace again. Nice specky clip there on Gamer side.
Yep.
Typical running for cross keys is to do left side before we do back, but we'll see what these runners decide to do. GT big key, okay.
That is very nice to get there in the Swamp Big Chest, because that does get us Moldorm too.
Right, we do see Iron Gamer headed to left side Swamp.
Yeah, I'd agree this is not likely to be a race anymore, unfortunately, Salty Cracks, because Iron Gamer will have an 8th Triforce piece from here, and a 9th is available on Moldorm 2, and the GT Torch big key is likely to be a 10th. But still got some seed to go. With that said, nothing is over yet. We still do not actually have a 10th boss we can beat. Despite their both runners' best efforts, we don't have a 10th boss. Yet.
Yeah. See, that big key in GT could be Meyer, could be PR, which we can't do either one of
Do
those
right
yet.
now
So
without a cane, yeah. The cane could show up. We are kind of running back out of checks again.
yeah, I do kind of have a feeling we'll see something here in back of Swamp, but we don't really have a lot of options. So
No, and GT Climb isn't in right now. We only have two. We only have 2 GT smalls.
right, yeah, Payne has 3. I'm not sure. I don't. Where did he pick
Oh,
up
we do
the
have 3
third?
apparently. I don't know where the 3rd was. We haven't seen race. Tom, we don't have a cane for right side GT. Yeah, so I don't know where our 3rd GT small was. Probably. So I have no idea if it's in Logic or not. Likely might be in, but Moldorm 2 is also 4 key locked.
Yeah,
Mini Moldorm chest is 3 key. The 2 mini Moldorm chests are 3 key locked, so that could be something. And oh, mirror in the back of the Swamp Palace is just gross. Okay, game. Okay.
right. So now with access to 2 big keys, more than likely we'll have, but we are in Kane Go mode.
We are in Kane for confirmed Go mode, yeah. We might already be in Go mode for Iron Gamer, we just don't know because we don't know what that big key on the GT Torch is.
Right.
We are missing 1, 2, 3. We are missing 4 big keys. It's a 50-50 on whether or not that big key on the torch is one we can beat. But that mirror though also gets us the big key on top of Spectacle Rock, which I would not be surprised if Iron Gamer just runs over to go check it right now because he's on the mountain already. I wouldn't be surprised if Iron Gamer just goes and checks that big key, and I think it is very, very likely that between those big keys, one of them is a beatable dungeon, and Iron Gamer does prove me wrong by save quitting.
Yep. And Payne just shaking his head as he picks up that mirror.
Oh, I guess, Tom, in a sense, my math is being a little funny. The big keys we're missing is Desert, Ice, Meyer, and TR, so, it's a 50% chance it's the Meyer or TR bigs. The Ice Palace big is just straight up useless. The Desert big is the one Iron Gamer really wants.
Iron Gamer starting to make the climb. Interesting, did not remember that there's that big key on the torch, so did not actually go down and grab it.
Yeah, I think that's more of a brain spaz because I would have gotten that before climbing. But I also don't blame him if it was a brain spaz because it's been a seed and a half. He does have mirror, so he might just mirror out. Yeah.
True.
Because I don't think it's worth climbing all the way from Magic Bat, which is at the pyramid, but well.
I mean, at this point, with so few checks left, I mean, it might be worth just finishing
that's
it.
the other thing, is we are just
Like,
not exactly at a generous amount of checks if we need that cane. And we might not need the cane, to be clear, but the cane does lock a not zero number of checks, so it's possible we need it.
Yeah, because if that big key is desert, then he'll be able to get his 10th triforce piece and go ahead and finish this off.
But if it is not the desert big, we need to go check the spec rock big key first off, if he remembers that's there.
Unfortunately, I just don't think that there's really a way for Payne to come back at this point.
He's kind of behind, unfortunately. Those early deaths really put him in a tough spot.
Yeah.
He's just got a bunch of bosses to catch up on. He's got a similar inventory to Iron Gamer, but he is missing among other. But one of the things that is now kind of harsh in hindsight is that one of the places he died at earlier was he died to Ice Armos with just a hammer, and there was unfortunately the Hera small key back there, and the Pod big key was in the Hera basement, which is just really, really bad luck for Zapen. Oh, and we also get to see these reserve rooms without a king. Zapen, you do want to check that chest. Autopilot right back out the door for remembering. And nothing at these two entrances. We do still have Checkerboard Cave left to check in this area.
Yeah.
Doesn't have anything else he needs to check here, but it is a smart call from him to check these.
Got.
And there's a cane!
cane.
Checkerboard Cave! Ew, okay. That's not a friendly cane location.
No. Imagine. Not sure where he's headed with that cane at this point.
GT.
Oh, he's headed to GT. Okay.
So this is he's going to grab the big key off the torch. He's going to go do right side, and I think he's also just going to run all the way up to Ice Armors from there and beat that. And Iron Gamer is going to go all the way to,
Yep, all the way up. But he did pick up his
I'm worried he
9th
forgot the
triforce
big key on the
piece.
torch. As he decides, maybe I don't.
Yep. Alright, let's see if this is something. Let's see if this is desert or if he's still hunting.
And
Ice
it's
Palace. The look on his face when he saw that pop up. Oh man. Imagine he'll try to head to the mountain at this point. Pick up
He's going to go check that Spec Rock big key. If he remembers it, which
yes.
I'm not sure he does. This is Spec Rock. Yeah, this will drop him at the bottom of West Death Mountain. That'll work for getting to Spec Rock.
Yep. I'm not sure why he could have just gone in and activated his flute and fluted up, but either way, I think it's about the same amount of time, maybe a little bit faster for the flute, but...
Yeah, this is a 1 in 3 chance from our perspective now of being the Desert Big. He's hoping it's the 1 in 3. And the Desert and the Meyer Big, which is another boss for Zapen, so that's fine. Because he has the cane, and now it's a 50-50 for Iron Gamer, who is not in Google.
Oh no!
That confirms, by the way, that the Desert Big Key is on the Lumberjack. Salty Cracks, he doesn't have the second Castle Tower spell. That's the problem.
Alright, so We know
He's
that.
now going to go activate that flute and find his cane, hopefully.
Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah, Salty Cracks, we still don't have the second Naka Tower Small. Wherever it is, it's probably cane locked, but it is definite that we're not getting that Desert Pig without it. Now, to be clear, Iron Gamer still definitely has the lead. Pen is, I think, just too far behind on Triforce pieces, but this is just kind of an unfortunate chain of events. Top off a really terrible seed.
Yeah. Because, yeah, with him being down 4 at this point, and, Iron Gamer kind of running out of locations to check for stuff, he is headed to the right area, and he'll be getting his cane here probably within the next 2 minutes or so. Realize they missing that cane.
We saw Desert Ledge. It's junk.
Yeah. Right. Payne getting his 6th Triforce piece in the small key to Hera, which we know has the big key to Pod.
Yep. Yeah, Ice Arrows is definitely much, much easier with silver, so even regular bow than hammer.
Right, so 2 hours, 25 minutes, 45 seconds. Iron Gamer is finally in go mode, and with TR, back of TR right here, he's just going to run over and take care of Trinex.
Yep. Silver's Tom are in Blind Hut, which is somewhere I actually forgot to write down. Oops. Pretty sure it's in. I'm pretty sure it was behind the Moon Pearl, but I don't remember where anymore.
Yeah, I don't remember where either. But with Butter Sword, even with it, even spinning, it's gonna be an easy fight here.
Yeah, Salty Cracks. Blind Hut had the silvers. I just have no memory of where Blind Hut was. Alright, that is Triforce piece number 10 for Iron Gamer. He does not need the crystal. He is going to save quit to Link's house.
Yep.
Blind Hut near Pod would make sense, but I really just don't remember anymore. It's been 2.5 hours, and this seat's been a doozy.
Headed to Sanctuary where Ganon is hiding out today.
Blind Hut was Dark Potion Shop. Thank you, Nochi.
Laughing at Star's comment in the race room. Remember, we are on a 10-minute delay, so
So the runners, so yeah, Iron Gamer has in fact been done for a bit.
yeah.
He does not in fact died again 4 times. Spoilers.
Yes. I think it would. I mean, I think even 4 times is probably generous to put Pain back in any hope, but
Yeah.
hmm,
But yeah,
couple
Iron
more
Gamer
spins
has in
here.
fact finished within the next 10 minutes. Yeah, Japan unfortunately still looking for big keys. Because he has the Moira big now, but he is still
Right.
missing other bigs to finish off the seed.
Down goes Ganon.
And that is going to be GG's to Iron Gamer, going to take
Get
his
those
second
GGs in.
win of the group stage, and finish off this absolute disaster with an official time of 2:29:52. GG.
And no surprise, Payne does see the race room, sees the finish there, and does take a DNF with a forfeit. So
I do not blame him in the slightest. Yeah, this was a
no.
bad one.
Get those GGs in chat for Payne as well.
GG's. And we are joined now by both runners. GG's, guys.
Hey, thanks.
Thanks.
So you're not allowed to roll any more seeds.
Yeah, that was the main complaint. Next time, let me do it, Star.
Oh, I
Yeah.
thought I had done something seriously wrong, so I just ended up bunny walking everywhere, hoping that I would somehow stumble into an accident where I'd get something to lead me somewhere that I had skipped by accident. But I mean, my main focus was just to track properly, and yeah, when I was down to almost, well, basically nothing, I was like, oh yeah, I didn't check the left side of Hyrule Castle. Oh, leads to this connector, which leads to this connector, which leads to this. Like, what's happening?
That connector chain was so bad. You guys last locationed it twice each. Once for the Moon Pearl and then once for those boots.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Oh.
When I got the big key for Eastern, I was like, I don't know.
Oh no.
I couldn't do anything but shake my head.
We could see your face cams and your facial expressions at this scene, and you staring at your trackers trying to figure out where to go.
the leaning towards the monitors, both of you multiple times, just staring, just very confused.
They're just
about
like,
was
what
going
am I
on.
missing? Like,
That was there has to be a better connector to go everywhere.
No, apparently not, because your
No.
boots and your flute and your mirror were all behind that chain.
oh, right? I couldn't believe it. And then finally get the flippers and finally get into Swamp and get the mirror in there too. It was, okay. All right. So it made me feel actually a little better that, okay, it was that nasty. Hopefully, maybe you didn't stumble across it. I kind of just ran away from Hyrule Castle because I was being kind of a fool, and I died while fighting the ball and chain before I had got the big key. I took a little too much damage, and so that felt bad. So once I checked the main entrance, wherever that took me, I was like, all right, let's just get out of here.
Oh yeah, that was the other issue with that Hyrule Castle connector, and one of the reasons why you both found the Moon Pearl well past the hour mark, was that the Hyrule Castle main entrance one-wayed you to the Bomb Crocs by the Bomb Shop in Dark World.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. Yeah, so it
Yeah.
couldn't have gone back in. All right,
Yep.
yeah. I think I said to myself, like, well, that's dead forever.
Yeah, Pen got that Moon Pearl at an hour 13. You got it just barely cutting the hour 30, Iron Gamer.
Yeah, so I ended up doing some other stuff while I was just trying to think. Like, I I did the back of Skull Woods, and I was just trying to think, like, what did I miss? What did I do? Trying to go through all my entrances that I have marked on the map. Like, is there anything that is just a one-off that I clearly forgot?
Yeah.
But no, it was just that one entrance. Yeah, it's funny. That's funny. What can you do? I was just laughing at that point.
Pretty much.
I wasn't laughing at the beginning because I died 2 times. I wasn't happy.
Oh no.
Yeah, that was, I think, the big difference between the
Yeah.
two of you this seed, unfortunately, is the pen, you took some very, very bad deaths.
Yeah, the one that I Simon, was.
Yeah,
I know it's
trying to
hard.
get early.
It's hard with just the hammer.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because he had no swords at the time. Iron Gamer had the sword from, like, the Cave Fight Desert before that, so it was a little easier. But yeah, as a pen, you died to Ice Armo, so you missed the Triforce piece and the small key to Hera, which unlocked the pod big key in the Hera basement.
Ah.
And then you died once to Coldstare, then you had a bad time with the Ice Palace bomb jump when you went back to Ice Palace later, and that cost you a lot of time too. And
The bomb jump wasn't too bad. It's the snake that put me.
oh yeah,
I'm
but
in the hole.
yeah, you lost several minutes to dying in Ice
Yeah.
Palace. You had to reclimb for Ice Armo, so you couldn't finish pod, and that just added up.
Yeah.
It was close otherwise. You had a lot of you were ahead on items at some points. The pen, you did get the Moon Pearl 17 minutes faster, but you just had too many bosses to do at the end.
Yeah, and just like I said in the race time room, I forgot about the Spectacle Rock big key.
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah.
In my head, I'm not in go mode right now.
Yeah, when I was at
yeah.
the top of GT, I was like, okay, well, I'm pretty sure the bat is at the pyramid, so maybe I'll get this. And then right at the top, I was like, oh yeah, there's that big key on Torch. Like,
Oh
perfect.
yeah.
The chance
We
it's
were
ice,
wondering.
like, no way. So I was like, okay, I went and got it, and it was ice, and I was like, cool. Okay, excellent. And
We
then
were
I
wondering
remembered
if
the
you'd
one.
forgotten
Yeah.
the key on the torch, but yeah.
Yeah, right until the very last second. So I contemplated doing it anyway because GT was quite accessible, just in
Right.
case. But then I remembered that there's also the big key on Spec Rock, so I was like, oh, either way, I'm good. And then I ran straight to TR and was like, oh yeah, I need that, I guess. It's not
Yeah, the
over yet.
cane. Yeah, and then the cane was just right there.
Oh,
But
thank
yeah,
goodness.
this scene just
Yeah.
held off on those major items. No cane, no mirror, no moon pearl, no boots, no flute. Just good
Yeah.
luck.
Yeah,
I-
not having
I-
the mirror and the flute. Just, yeah.
Yeah. Boots were nice when I found them. Yeah. I can press A now.
Yeah. Had a hook shot and everything.
We're here. Yeah.
You guys took that Desert Palace connector to the mountain so many times with
Oh,
you.
yeah.
There was only that.
Well, I took
And
it a couple
just-
times, and yes, like taking it to
Just
the
to
Turtle Rock, right?
one off.
Yeah, because that was required to get to the top of East Death Mountain to go get to the get to Hyrule Castle to get to get over to the Mire area to get to the top of Hyrule. Yeah. To
Yeah,
get to Hyrule Castle itself to get to the Mire area to get to the connector to the top of Hyrule Castle to get those entrances to get the Moon Pearl and the boots and the everything else.
yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that was a good one. I'm glad that our cross hunt seeds are done now in
Yes.
our group.
I'm more than happy to don't have to do it again.
Yeah.
in the group.
Gosh.
Yeah.
The first match we had in the group, 3 cross hunt. We
Yeah.
don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
Mutually agreed just to get it done first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get the pain out of the way. Yep.
Yes.
Get the pain as in the pain of cross hunt, not the pain
Yeah.
of runner just yet.
Yeah. I understand what you said.
Oh, but
It was
yeah.
funny, in my last cross hunt, I got the Moon Pearl at an hour 50
Oh,
Oh.
yikes.
with 8 Triforce pieces, yeah.
Hey, at
Yeah,
least
I
the
had done
seed
some
gave
silly
you
out of
most
logic.
of the Triforce pieces. I think this seed there were not a lot of Triforce pieces available without that Moon Pearl. I think you could get the Ice Armos. You could get the Ice Armos one out of logic with a handful of keys. You could get the Moth one out of logic by bomb jumping, which you did, Iron Gamer, but there really wasn't much else. I think you need the Moon Pearl for just about all the rest.
I think that was pretty much it, yeah.
Full
Oh,
spare.
and ice, I guess.
Hera might have been beatable, yeah, and Ice. There wasn't much else. Most of your Triforce pieces were more locked this seed.
Wild.
Yeah, this was an interesting one to commentate where we and you guys were like, what's left for this?
I was thinking about that. I was like, oh, if he had stumbled onto it, then I'm hooped really, really badly.
I honestly thought I forgot about Zora for a while, and then you guys both went it for it at about the same time, and it's like, oh, never mind, it's arrows. Great.
I was just trying to do anything logical, just to try and get along the right line, but yeah. And then when I was walking through those connectors, I was like, oh, this is logical, so I guess we just keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was thinking about like what connectors could even get us anywhere useful, and I was like, top of Hyrule Castle. Like we don't have a we didn't have a logical bottle for Sickit, I think, at that point. So I was like, there's not a lot of other places that could take it that would help.
Funny, super funny.
What a seed though. GG's for
Yeah.
both on playing it.
Yeah, thanks for restreaming and commentating this. I'll have to take a peek back at these shenanigans.
We certainly had a time.
I don't want to see that again.
Also fair.
I wouldn't do bad dream tonight.
Yeah.
And that's fair. I don't blame you for wanting to just forget about this seed for good.
Gonna dream of walking through desert over and over again.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, we probably took that at least 8 or 10 times.
And
I think we saw it we probably saw it close to 20 times combined on
Oh,
the
yeah.
stream.
Oh sure, absolutely.
Sure.
Because that was just your DM access because you had no flute, you didn't have much in the way of other connectors. That was just a go hike through desert again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like looking at the mountain, like okay, we have Spiral Cave, then we have the middle drop down and Hera, and it's like okay, well, which one do I choose? And I got Hyrule Castle the first time, and then got locked out, and then went back again for Spiral Cave, which was a fairy. Like okay, cool.
Yeah, that was a whole thing for sure. First cross hunt race, this is the first time cross hunt has been showed on ZSR, and it was certainly it's an introduction to the mode for sure.
Yeah, that's for sure.
But yeah, GG's to you both. Not over yet for you guys. You are in the group of 3, so you get triple round robin for this.
Yep.
You're in a pretty good spot, I think, with 2 wins, Iron Gamer, and you're not out either. The pen with 2 losses. So that race is against Doug. I think I'm not quite sure. Triple round robin makes my head yeah.
Yeah, we just do we just do 3 match against each other.
Yep. Yeah, I know,
So-
but I don't know when someone's mathematically eliminated because we don't see
Yeah.
triple round robin very often.
At
but
for us, you can think you're out.
yeah, after 4, I think so. But yeah, good luck to you both in your next
Good luck.
matches. You still have
Yes.
races against
Tomorrow.
each other and against Drab, who's the 3rd member of your group.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Yeah, and we have tomorrow. We have 80 keys, I think. Tomorrow.
Between you two, good luck.
Yeah, thank you.
Hopefully, it doesn't take 2.5 hours.
Yeah,
no,
hopefully.
I know. We should be good. It's not Star that's gonna generate the rates.
No, I won't be available tomorrow to restream your match, but I will try to put on something for restream later this week.
Well, thanks for putting this restream on. Thanks for commentating, and thanks to the tracker and everyone who was here. I'm glad that it turned out to be a good time for everybody watching.
Yeah. GG's. Any last words from you, Rocky?
No, just thanks, Star, for co-commenting with me. Again, thanks, Iron Gamer and thePa1ne for putting on a great match. And good luck in the rest of the tournament.
Thank you.
Thank you.
GG's, everyone. So please give both of our runners a follow here, ZeldaSpeedRuns and Iron Gamer. Thank you to Rocky, my co-com, and to our trackers here, Tamatak and Pichu, for doing the tracking tonight. Let's see, coming up ahead on the ZSR schedule, we don't have any CC matches on the schedule right this second. Ignore the bot who's being a little silly. But we do have on Friday, if you would like to see some more cross keys, we've got regular old cross keys for the Cross Keys Tournament Grand Finals Game 2 between Gamachu and Faker Jr. It will be Friday the 18th at 1 p.m. Eastern. Then we'll have a bunch of Windlaker matches coming up throughout the week as well for their Season 7 tournament. And Majora's Mask Randomizer matches for their Season 5 tournament this weekend as well. I'll be taking a look at the CC schedule to see what I can put on for restream later this week. And then if you are interested in volunteering, please do join the Challenge Cup Discord to help out there. We're always welcoming new commentators and trackers, as we couldn't do these restreams without you. But for now, that is going to be it here for us. We're going to go over, I think, and raid ALttP Randomizer, who are doing a restream of the Challenge Cup, the main tournament. They've got themselves Big Dunka versus Armalex racing an open seed over on the ALttP Randomizer. So let's see how that's going for them. They're about 45 minutes in. But thanks for watching, everyone, and have a good night.